All right. I believe we are live.
What's up, everybody?
How goes it, Dylan?
Goes good.
Goes
Um,
good. This is round two because we
round
had some
two,
technical difficulties.
caused by
So
me.
yeah. This is a new thing we're working on. We are going to be uploading everything for the foreseeable future. We're going to be doing it this way. Um, which is kind of a new thing we're getting used to, but maybe through the end of the year we'll be doing it like this, but we still want to meet, connect, and talk about
Yeah,
stuff. So this is how we're going to be doing it for a little bit. But this is the Katie Ratio, so your designated podcast for all things nerd. I'm Kyle. With me tonight, I have
Dylan,
Dylan.
and we don't have Billy,
We don't have Billy. You know what that
which
means?
is
We could
we
talk
can
about
talk about
Spider-Man. We could talk about Dispatch.
Mass
We can
Effect,
talk about Mass Effect. We can talk about all these things without judgment,
all
without
these
the
story games,
without the fear of him feeling like he's better than us.
with him just sitting there like,
It's swaying back and forth. Like,
yeah,
are they done talking about this?
when can I add value? Okay.
So, Dylan, what's going on?
Plan Dispatch, hyped for the next two episodes. They come out tomorrow. We actually didn't get to talk about three and four or five and six, so we've got a lot to
A
discuss.
lot to catch up on. Lot to catch up on.
I had um I had ChatGPT write down a summary of the episodes to remind us what happens in each one. That way we can go step by step.
Oh, what a guy
Right?
using AI to help you. Me with my AI background. I-
As we can see, we're sponsored
Yeah,
by some sort of whiskey company in the bottom right there.
are we? Full
Says
disclosure, I'm not responsible for anything that Zoom uh created
stole.
via AI or stole because I don't know what's in that background. I just typed in make a podcast studio called the Katie Ratio for me, and that's what it did. So
It looks good, to
not
be
bad. It was
honest, especially the spelling.
like 10 seconds of like rendering or whatever.
Uh-huh.
We all know how people feel about AI,
Yep.
and there are a lot of cons with it. But in a pinch, something like this, we didn't expect to be doing it this way. Yeah, I didn't have to sit design an image for any amount of time to do this.
Just boom,
Uh,
ready.
I will take that. I'll take that. Anyways, back to dispatch.
Yes, so episode three was the one um where we have to cut a member.
Who'd you
So
cut?
I cut Sonar. I know, and I
Cut
know that
Sonar.
I believe it's evened out the percentages. You know what? I'm gonna look that up too while we talk to see if they have those posted. Dispatch.
I think majority of people are cutting Coupe because Sonar is, I mean, for one, Sonar kind of has like really good stats, the ability to flip back and forth, and he already has high intelligence and high persuasion, so
Yeah,
or so charisma. So the ability to do that and then switch into something like high combat and vigor is pretty beneficial. But for two, he's voiced by Moist Critical, and I think his fandom is skewing the stats a little bit to keep him in the game. Not that he's
definitely.
a bad character, but I think that's a huge portion of it.
Hmm. I'm trying to find the, you know how they have the stats at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
Um,
to have it posted or something.
what would you put? Dispatch choice. I put stats and it brings up like the stat guide for the actual dispatch missions.
I don't know.
Player stats maybe.
Probably player stats.
But yeah, so I chose Coop. I liked her more, and I felt like so in that episode specifically, um, the fun thing about this game is you can send any hero to any dispatch, but depending who you send, sometimes there's like special events and stuff like that. Well, there's a drug den, and if you send him, He's a drug addict. And you don't know that, but if you send him, he does drugs.
Yeah.
And I took that as like, all right. And then I don't know, just Coop, um, for me,
It was pretty obvious not to send him though. Like it was the episode where they were like all like
sabotaging each other.
sabotaging each other, and
Yeah.
then Prism was like, "Hey, you should send Sonar." Like she knew that he was gonna relapse. Like,
I was
did
like,
you?
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
send
Prism.
him.
You fell for it so quickly.
Very trusting. Um, but in that episode, I think Coop just sold me on that. I don't know. I felt like he would fall out of the program and still be generally okay. Her, I felt like if we kicked her out, she would start murdering people as a mercenary.
That's your rationale for that, but then how does that make sense on the Waterboy Phenomenon thing? Because that's the
Um,
same thing.
so is that in this episode or was that the next one? No, that's the next episode. Yeah,
Okay, are
so
we just
who
gonna
did you
yeah, we're just
choose?
gonna go episode by episode then. So episode three starts. They're all at each other's throats because no one wants to be kicked off the team, and for whatever reason, they all need this job for one. It's probably like part of their parole or something. I mean,
Yeah,
if they probably go back to prison if they get fired or who knows, but it's probably something like that. I chose Sonar
okay.
specifically because at by that point I had already really built him up with Malevola. Him and Malevola were already at max synergy. So if you have max synergy, it adds like 15% to whatever percent you have. So like if you get like, an 85, it's an automatic pass at 100, that type of thing. So now I have lots of characters with max synergy, but at that point they were the only ones I had. So gameplay wise, it didn't really make sense for me to cut Sonar. So I picked Sonar over
Okay.
Coupe. Yeah.
So, okay. So that's cool. That's gonna be cool to hear the differences there. But that's pretty much all that happens in episode three.
Well,
Robert,
Invisigal um basically like gives up
yeah,
and
that's
she's
right.
like, Lee, I don't want to do this anymore, blah blah blah. Like, I'm making it easy for you. And he's like, no, you're making it easy for yourself. And he like gives her
Give her a
like a little
pep talk.
give her a little pep talk. And then that's kind of like that little pep talk scene plus the taking down of the I forget his name, but the
Thunder
Thunder
something.
Thunder Cook or whatever she
Yeah.
calls him, taking down of that guy, um, is like the beginning of maybe like her potentially pursuing you as a romantic interest. So that kind of happens in episode three.
Yep. And we also have that's the first episode where Robert confronts the team and like has a right because that's when he has the meeting with them
Yeah,
and he
has a nice little talk with them and kind of begins winning them over a little bit.
yeah.
Not fully, but like they're starting to maybe be swayed by him.
Did you throw the chair into Golem?
I kicked him out the first time
Okay.
because that's kind of what I would do in real life.
Uh-huh.
If I was in that situation and one of my subordinates was like talking to me like that or did something like that to me, I would just kick him out of the meeting and then continue on. Um, and then I went back and changed it because
Uh-huh.
I felt kind of bad. Like he seemed like genuinely upset. And then he like automatically fails the first mission you send him on after you do that because he says, I'm on timeout, and he just refuses to go if you send him like doubled up with someone. So I went back and I ended up throwing the chair at him instead, which is also still satisfying, but he kind of respects you more in a weird way about that. So that's what I ended up. I landed on that was throwing the chair at him.
I did the chair
Yeah,
and I liked it. And I like that the next day he gets the joke. And I thought that was funny. He was like, "Oh, I
yeah.
get it." He's
He's
like,
just
"Take it."
like he's pretty wholesome actually. Um,
Yeah.
I think honestly, now that I have like the context of like how he is as a character, I feel like he was not doing it on purpose. I think he was just like not paying attention because he's big. Like
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
just getting he's just a bumbling giant rock.
He's young too. He's only supposed to be like 20 years old. So
Oh
like
man.
as a human, that's not a lot of time to figure out who you are in life. Like what kind of crimes did he commit anyways?
I don't know. Did you have
Did it say like vandalism?
I haven't looked at his stats. There was a funny glitch
With Waterboy.
with Waterboy where it said he committed first degree murder and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
I, I saw that going around, like the subreddits and stuff, but I think I mean what it was is it was just Coupe's description, right?
Yeah,
That was
and
stuck
just
on
got
his.
copied
Yeah.
over.
I didn't actually pick well, I've done both playthroughs now. But in my main line playthrough, and the one that I like more is actually Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Okay. So,
I
well, let's talk about that one. So,
I'm a
end of
defender.
episode 3, we go into episode 4 and we get to choose essentially the replacement for whoever you cut.
Yeah.
And you get two choices, Phenomenon or Waterboy.
Hmm.
I chose Waterboy.
Why?
So I just felt like giving this kid a chance, and I didn't think it'd be best for Phenomenon to work in the same office as Blonde Blazer.
Right.
So that's my reason.
I feel like that's how I kind of felt at first,
Uh-huh.
but Waterboy, you not putting him on the Z team doesn't mean you've taken away his chance. It's not like he gets fired if he's not on the Z team. He just got hired there.
True,
Like
he's
he
as the
just started
janitor.
working like the day before as a janitor. He's got a long career ahead of himself. Phenomenon Man's literally telling you if you don't, he's gonna fly into the sun and, the Earth is gonna die if you don't pick him. Well, he doesn't say that outright, but it's implied in the context.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
he does say, but you talk him down a
but he
little
doesn't
bit.
say like if you don't put him on the team, that's what he'll do. But like, you get the vibe that he's going to do that if you don't put him on the team.
So,
So
have you
I
liked him?
I like him a lot.
Okay.
One is you get a really good scene with him where you talk to him about human emotion and you realize because he's an alien. He's an alien.
Uh-huh.
And I just read chat.
Yeah,
Sorry, don't.
Billy's comment.
Sorry, don't. Um,
Because I'm an angel, Billy.
yeah, he's a good guy. He's an
Eh,
alien and he doesn't understand like the
what making love
customs,
is.
like what he doesn't even really know what love is. He doesn't even know really like who Mandy is, which is Blonde Blazer's alternate alter ego.
Well,
Um,
he's essentially, from my understanding, I didn't choose him. He's closer to like Martian Manhunter than Superman.
he's not like Superman at all. He
Yeah.
wasn't raised as a human. Um, he is so all these things you get a scene where you can talk to him about it and you tell him how it's unhealthy the way that he's fixated on Blonde Blazer and you understand that he just kind of likes the idea of Blonde Blazer, but like one, he says he can't even like have intercourse in the way that humans do. So like they just like hold each other and like um and he looks at it almost like he if he fell in love with a really good food, like he doesn't know the difference. And so
Oh.
you like talk to him about it and he starts coming around and he like thanks you for what are you doing?
Huh?
You're completely blurred on my screen.
Oh, whoa. What?
What's going on? What happened to
I don't know.
your
Let's see.
Well, while you're figuring that out. And then you have this moment where he gives you like a hug and he like asks uh like if there anything you could do for you. And it's very wholesome. So story wise, I like him better in that role because Waterboy's gonna be just fine. And then gameplay wise, his stats are like absolutely busted. He has some downsides. One of the downsides is uh if he fails a call, then he becomes depressed.
Oh,
And he has like a super long cooldown time because he's too sad to go out.
there we
There you
go.
go, you're good. He's too sad to go out and on a call. But not just if he fails a call, anyone on Z team. If they fail a call, he becomes depressed.
If anyone,
Yeah. But every time he's done with a call, his cooldown is like 1 second. He literally
oh
could do a
wow.
call, come back, and he's ready to go again. And like I said, he has like busted stats, so he makes all the calls really easy. Um, and then another plus side about him is there's lots of um once you get into the part of the game where there's like if you have too much in a certain area and stuff like that, like too much strength or too much whatever, and the call fails, he has pretty good stats to be able to go by himself to not exceed that threshold and still pass the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So overall, I like him better. And this is gonna sound so mean when I say this, but I cannot stand the way that Waterboy talks. Every
Okay.
time he has dialogue, it's like, just get to the point. Like
Did
it's so,
you did you do a playthrough with him or no?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, like that's something that Robert talks to him about is like, hey, like
He doesn't fix it. He still does that after the talk. Phenomenal Man actually makes an effort to like change when you talk to him and
I
tell
feel
him that
like
it's
Waterboy
unhealthy.
starts fitting in more a little bit.
He
Yeah, I choose Waterboy.
doesn't belong in a team of villains.
I like it because he's a clean slate and he allows you to kind of fill any gap. Um, from the beginning, you have to decide, okay, what role do I want him in? And since I got rid of Sonar, it was easy to put him as like the brains. So I just dumped all the points into brains.
Yeah.
And then he teams up with Malevola, which I like. Who does Phenomenon team up with?
Um, I guess what's his name? Punch Up. Because Punch
Okay.
Up teams
Oh,
up with
because you
Coupe.
got rid of Coop.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he teams up with Malevola if you get rid
He
of
they probably just team up with whoever lost their partner, you know?
Gotcha.
But I think anybody can get synergy if you send them together a lot. I'm not sure. All I know is Punch Up and Phenomenon Man on mine are max synergy. I have all my pairs maxed out now, so the dispatching part of it is actually starting to get super easy.
Yeah,
Like it's taking away a lot of the challenge.
which I'm glad that well they start to mix it up with a like different scenarios. Like there's the power outage towards the end, and then
Yeah.
so I kind of like that because it is keeping it interesting, and I'm glad it's not all dispatch. It's starting to it's fun, but it's starting to at times it gets a little too much, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
Um, but so
The
that's
hacking got better. The hacking
yes.
is like they last time we talked about it, the hacking was kind of I felt it wasn't a significant part of the game. I felt like it really wasn't it didn't add anything. I do think that the hacking got more entertaining and they added some
And
challenges to it.
it's some of them are intense, like as far as because there's the enemy like firewall or whatever following you, and then
Yeah.
you also have the timer. And
The
there's been some
timer.
times I don't think I've ever been really super close on time, but definitely I've been close with the little AIs chasing you.
Yeah, I've never been close on time, but I have, especially in episode 6 when you're helping Invisigal at the end. Some of those ones got a
Yeah,
little
a little
sweaty.
dicey.
A little sweaty. I did get a haircut, by the way. Ron, Rana, I did here, let me see.
Let's show it off. Ooh, look at it.
Yeah, I got hat hair right now, but
See, you should
I
have the halo on.
I got a ton of hair chopped off actually.
How's it feel?
I feel good about it. I'm gonna be going back to work in less than a month now, so I need to be somewhat presentable. I was starting to, but let's see if you could see this. I don't know. I got my background blurred.
What if
Ah, can't see it.
now you completely disappeared?
I have so much hair. I had so much hair on the floor that you could make a wig with it. It was
Dang.
my hair was deceptively long because it gets really curly when it
Hmm.
gets long. But if I were to straighten it, it was like almost to my shoulder. Yeah,
Wow. Nuremberg. I probably won't go see that in theaters. Um,
that sounds like about the Nuremberg trials.
yes.
I don't know if I would. I'd rather watch a documentary on that unless you recommend it, Billy.
He says it was amazing,
Amazing.
but we know how Billy is with his ratings.
Yeah. I don't really know what you mean by that, but let's just roast Billy. We know
You
how
know,
Billy is.
biggest boss you've ever fought. Um, Not only is
Not
this game
only.
hard, I don't think I'll beat it. Um,
Ooh. So,
that
yeah,
episode,
so I chose Phenomenal Man, you chose Waterboy.
okay,
At the end of episode 4, we were given a decision.
that's right.
What was the decision?
That is to go on a date with either Invisigal or Blonde Blazer. Well, I mean, Invisigal's not really a date as much as just like a hangout session, but there's definitely you feel like you're making a romantic choice.
Well, she certainly. I mean, let's back it up.
Yeah.
How did episode 4 start?
Um, Starts with
Vizigal.
Invisigal having a
Yeah.
wet dream essentially about you.
Yeah. And
And
they didn't hold back. She was
no,
enjoying it. I mean,
they
it's
go full
animated,
out.
but it's
And then you just see his little ear.
a little
And
chunk
you're like, "Oh
out of
shit,
his ear.
that's it's Robert."
Nope.
And then so the whole episode she's like eyeing him up, like trying to figure out if
And
she likes him.
she does not hold back.
No.
Yeah, she's very clear in her intentions, which is maybe a breath of fresh air for some people, but
Yeah.
she lets it be known.
And meanwhile, you have Blonde Blazer also.
Pretty clear in her intentions as well.
Yeah,
They're both, and it's like maybe Robert's power is
is
that
Riz.
Riz. He
Because
just
even we got further episodes, there's still more stuff going on with other characters where I'm like, God damn, Robert.
yeah, he's very smooth.
Yeah,
He would have like a 9 or 10 charisma if he was being dispatched, I feel like.
probably 10.
Probably 10. Yeah, Blonde Blazer has that whole thing where she's like, "Oh, can you zip me up?" And her dress is like falling off, her
Her
boobs just like
nipples
hanging
out.
out. And you're like, he's like, "Oh, you might want to fix that." And she's like, "Oh, sorry." Like, it's like that's your boss. All right, calm down.
Yeah.
That's
So who'd you choose?
right now on my main run, I went with Invisigal. Um, solely because, which is weird because you're kind of doing that to Invisigal, but I feel like one, I had a hard time trusting Blonde Blazer. I'm now coming to the conclusion that she probably is just good. And,
Uh-huh.
but like for the longest time, like there's no way she's evil.
Something's
But
off.
for two, I feel like Blonde Blazer is more. I feel like her fascination with you is she's trying to fix you. Like
Hmm.
she's almost looking at you like you're
Lost puppy.
like a puppy, yeah, like a project. Or it doesn't mean she doesn't care for you. I don't think that's necessarily the most healthy thing. Whereas in Visigal, there's all these memes where like you're trying to fix Invisigal, but I don't know if that's really the same thing. To me, it feels like him and Invisigal are more on the same level. Like it's not, I feel more like they're like if anything, they're fixing each other because he's broken and depressed and she's trying to turn around her life. And it
I
doesn't
would
feel that
agree.
way. Yeah.
That's how I feel the same. Like I feel like they are helping each other, whereas Blonde, I mean, exactly, you said Blonde Blazer is more focused on she's better than him, or she's in a better place than him.
Yeah, she
and
even
he has a
says just
project.
right out. She says in the very first episode, she says, "I'm not done saving you yet," and then flies away. Like,
You're like, well, I just like the chemistry. I know Blonde Blazer and Robert are good, but I like Invisigal and
yeah,
Roberts. I think they have some good chemistry, especially shown in those episodes.
yeah.
But Invisigal's my main choice. I don't have a separate save. I've just been one save in it.
I've already
Um,
got like over 20 hours of gameplay on this 8 hour game.
Great game.
I go back and do it over and over again.
So Invisigal, you go to the movies with her versus Blonde Blazer. It's an actual date that ends with a kiss. Invisigal, we haven't kissed yet.
No,
No.
no.
Um,
In her dreams,
in her dreams,
we've
more
done
than a
more than
kiss.
kiss. No, she sucked your thumb. The
Heck yeah.
beginning of that sentence almost ended very different.
Sucked
I
your.
thought that was a little weird. I'm not into like I don't know. What if he didn't wash his hands, you know? I'm like a
It's a little dirty,
little dirty. She's into
but
it.
they're both dirty. Mm.
Yeah. But
After
yeah,
that,
nothing in real life, nothing really beyond just so far, just banter and being friendly.
yeah, and I mean, you could even. I've seen some people say that like Invisigal, they've approached it as it wasn't a date as much as just they didn't want to date Blonde Blazer, and so they went to hang out with Invisigal as a friend.
Yeah. You can do that with either though, to be
Hmm.
honest. With both characters, when you go, you can make your intentions clear that you're not
In it to
like,
date him.
yeah, you're just hanging out. Um, with Blonde Blazers, it's much more obvious that there's no like will they won't they. Like you literally go and you like make out with her and then you have like a dinner. It's a lot more like
Romance.
in your face and romantic and they put a lot of time into it. There's like a cool soundtrack that plays with the 360 camera zoom around them when they're kissing. Like it's a whole thing. So um I'll be interested to see where they take it in the next episodes. But that's how episode 4 ended, was the choice between Invisigal and Blonde Blazer. But episodes 5 and 6 were my favorites so far.
Well, and we have been talking about one specific part throughout the episodes. Robert is getting his suit fixed.
Oh yeah.
And so like there's I would say a few minutes each episode that shows like the progress on it being fixed or um you know it, what's the guy's name?
Which one, Royd?
Royd. Like how Royd is doing on it and does it what episode does it blow up? Next one, right?
6.
6?
Episode 5 is the like bar fight
The
stuff.
bar. That's right.
Yeah.
So episode 5 and 6 were really good. All the episodes have been good.
Five
But
and six have been the highlight for me so far.
episode 5 really puts the team through like team bonding. Um, that's pretty much, I don't know, does anything else big happen besides that?
Well, you learn in episode 5 that the Red Ring, which is basically Shroud's goons,
Yeah,
are kind of taking over the LA area. And between the dispatch and the bar fight, it's clear that they mean business. And for whatever reason, they are after Invisigal. And
yeah,
we still don't really know what her criminal life was like before um joining the SDN. So it could, I mean, maybe she was a part of them. She knows something. It's hard to say. But for whatever reason, they're after her. And we learn that because they're not after Robert in the fight. They're
yeah,
very clear that they're after her. Robert just gets involved because,
he's
he's
there.
Robert. He's a hero, even if he has no powers, he won't back down. It's the kind of guy he is.
I liked in the bar, I liked character is such a well-written character. Robert, did I say character? Such
Yeah,
a
he did. I was like,
Robert's
whose character? Is that a
Robert.
superhero? Yeah. Robert is
Robert's such
really,
a
really well written.
because we have the whole like I appreciated that they showed Robert getting drinks for everybody.
Yeah,
And he goes and he gives it to him, and then and even Golem can't come inside because he's too big, but you get him two drinks.
yeah. And
The
yeah, he bribes the bouncer
Yeah, with
so
a
he can
one
bring a
another
drink
drink,
outside. Yeah, and with another drink, and Gollum just like eats the glass and everything.
just takes it straight
Yeah.
down. But yeah, bar fight happens because they invite him out to drink, and really cool bar fight because they interlace it with I forget
It's a
what's
back and
happening.
forth. So they show the aftermath. They're eating at like
Yeah,
a generic
in and
Taco
out.
Bell-esque type place. Um, and it shows like the aftermath of the fight, and then it jumps back and forth between the present and the past and showing the
Hmm.
fight. Robert does not pull punches, man.
He's
He has
stabbing
no powers.
people.
He's put darts in people's face. He's ripping the cybernetics out of like some chick. He
Yeah,
breaks some dude's arms.
they break
He,
his little arms.
yeah, like this guy, he's not killing anybody, but he is definitely he knows that he's doesn't have the upper hand and he's using every advantage he can get.
Yeah.
And I kind of like seeing it.
And it's really cool because this is the first time too we really get to see all the other characters' abilities in combat. We always hear about it on the dispatch, but this is actually seeing it.
Like what it would
Um,
look like animated, yeah.
yeah. So like Punch Up is running around punching everybody in the dick,
Yeah. Prism, she's like singing
singing.
karaoke while blinding people forever.
Yeah. I've been temporarily blinded.
What you mean
Temporarily.
temporary? Bitch, you blinded forever. I was
Um,
like, oh, that's actually really dark.
I
Seeing this
know.
guy seeing forever.
He's just blind now for life.
Yeah.
Um, what is Sonar in the bar?
Sonar's in the bar. So he kind of you have a cool scene with Sonar when you give him his drink, he like stops you and he says, "Hey, like I know that it probably came down to like some corporate bullshit. Um, but I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you not getting rid of me." And he has like a kind of a moment with you.
Uh-huh.
And then in the actual bar fight scene, he's in the bathroom doing coke. So like you get like hit and you're like in the bathroom, which it's coupe in your
Yeah.
version, but it's that scene. And when the bathroom door swings open, so you know how coupe is like throwing up.
Uh-huh.
Well, instead Sonar's in the bathroom just like doing lines. And then he like looks up. And if you fail the QTE right after that, he jumps and like rips the dude's head off, like as in like bat form, or at least it looks like he does. Um, but that's like his main thing in the fight. And then at the end, he's in full bat form, just like flying and like effing people up. And you
Oh,
can
okay.
tell like they're showcasing like this is why his stats are reversed to strength and vigor when he's in bat form. And that's what they're showing. He's like going around and he's actually pretty effective.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still Coop. I forget. She just thrown up, and then she like comes out.
If you fail the QTE with her when
Yeah,
she's in the
because I
bathroom,
didn't fail it.
she like stabs the dude in front of you, and then you're like, "Thank you," and then she throws up on you. And he's like, Robert's like looking down at himself, like, "Oh, whatever." Like,
She also has a heart to heart with you. I imagine it's probably shorter because she's a character of very few words, but she just
yeah,
says like thanks. Um, I'll always owe you or something like that, and then
yeah.
that's it. At the end of that episode, though, we
Good
have to
little
make
team
another
building.
choice.
Yeah, good little team building scene in the bar, and it's Red Ring. We didn't mention that, but that the main baddie in this game, that's his crew that was sent to that bar to do this. So
And we've also been learning that Flambe fought Robert
he fought and lost
earlier.
to Robert,
Yeah,
and actually,
Robert cut off his finger.
Robert cut off his fingers, and he's the reason that Flambe went to prison and is now part of the
So
Phoenix program on parole.
when in the first episode, did you throw water on him or did you throw the vodka?
I threw the water on him. So he's missing a tooth.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
didn't know
missing a
he could
tooth
miss his
and his teeth.
eyebrows.
Yeah, if you throw vodka on him, his eyebrows burn off. And, um so I am responsible for his missing tooth and his two missing fingers.
Yeah,
So he's pretty mad at you because he doesn't know it's you. He just knows that Mecha Man is they're responsible
yeah.
for that. Um so at the end did you tell
I
did you
told
tell
him
everyone?
because I
Yeah.
didn't see a point to hide it. I was like, I need to earn their trust, like, and they're gonna find out eventually if I don't tell them. So
Yeah. I told
might
him
as
to.
well.
Felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, but when you tell
Flambe
them,
Flambe gets irritated, to say the
yes,
least. He tries to kill you. He is actually pretty powerful. Like
he's
watching that flashback with him and Mecha Man fighting, I'm like, this is like Human Torch levels of
yeah,
firepower. Like, I guess I didn't think that any of the Z team was really that strong, but after seeing that, I was like, oh, okay, this guy can actually fight. This is
he's
he's got
he's
some powers.
and then Golem saves you,
Golem jumps in.
and that's a really
He's
cool
like
scene.
best boy.
Yeah,
He like jumps in and he absorbs the fire and saves you. So that was really cool. And the Z team seems to have taken your side because you've you've earned that
you
over
won
the
him over.
last yeah, over the last like 5 episodes.
And so that's how the episode ends. He flies off, pissed off, but and like he
He
doesn't.
calls in sick for like the next couple days.
Yeah, so you have to during dispatch, you have to deal with him being gone. And there's like more calls than usual because the Red Ring is acting up. Um, Episode after that is episode 6, which is the last episode so far.
Yeah.
And
Starts very
oh
wholesome.
boy, yes.
Starts
Um,
pretty wholesome, other than Flambe calling out sick.
and then the Mecha Man suit incident
The Mecha Man suit, okay, so maybe not super wholesome, but it starts off with the Mecha Man suit blowing up
with
and
Robert
Royd
inside.
with Robert inside, and Royd's kind of dejected because he's starting to come to the conclusion the astral pulse is a technology that is
He
really
can't
hard to
recreate.
replicate. Like we still don't really know. I think they say that Shroud, when he was still a good guy, is the one that created it, but I don't know if I believe that because
Well,
why does he need it so much then? I
it's in the comics.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that, is what I'm saying. Because why would he need it so much if he could just create one himself?
True.
You
Yeah,
know,
why would he want it back?
there's something more to it than that we're not seeing. But basically, the Astral Pulse, which makes Mecha Man, it's like basically like the arc reactor
Yeah.
for Iron Man. This is their version of the arc reactor, and no one can create it because no one's Tony Stark in a cave with a box of scraps. No one can no one can figure it out.
Make the man mecha again, you know.
Yeah. Um, and Robert somehow is fine too. Is that
I
going to play into it? Does he
I d-
actually have powers?
I don't know. I mean, but who
Maybe he
knows
just
with
got lucky.
yeah, it seems like such a weird thing because we don't really get to see the explosion too much besides like it starts smoking and then you Robert wakes up in the hospital and he's like ready to go. He's like as
Yeah.
soon as he wakes up he's like all right, time to get back to the office.
He's like,
Um
turns out I'm fine. I just slept and feel rested or
yeah.
something like
At that point though we have Trackstar. What's Trackstar's human name or his
Chase.
Chase? We have Chase um telling Robert essentially,
Oh, in the hospital, yeah.
yeah, he tells him that Invisigal is bad news. Um, and you can see that he doesn't trust Invisigal, and he can tell that Robert likes him. Well, depending on your choice, um, if he likes him or not. And so that sows the seeds for what happens later. But Robert just goes back to dispatch, and during that moment, Blonde Blazer is taking over the reins for Robert, and she's doing the best she can, but she's kind of sucking at it. Um, at this point, I know she, if you're romancing her, there is like a little bit longer bit when you go
Yeah.
to take the reins back from her. Um,
The
uh,
scene Well, also with Chase, um,
Yeah,
he kind of does the same thing where he's
with
like,
Blonde Blazer.
well, like with talking about the Invisigal thing,
Uh-huh.
he kind of is like, it's like, don't trust Invisigal. I see you guys getting close. So like, they're kind of hinting that even if you don't pursue her romantically, he can see that they're building like a good friendship.
Oh, okay.
And so the dialogue is mostly the same, but there's a little bit more when you've like are like kind of romancing her in
Uh-huh.
that. But everything else like Blonde Blazer, it's kind of the same.
Okay. Um, she was sucking at it. You have to come in, clean everything up, kind of as far as the dispatch goes. Um,
Oh,
and
if you romance, sorry, the only difference is if you went on a date with Blonde Blazer, she gives you like a long hug in that scene. Like when you come back to
okay,
work, she like comes over and she's like, "Oh my God, I was so worried." She gives you a long hug instead of just saying like, "Oh, you're back. How are you feeling?"
yeah. Are you sure you're ready to be working?
Yeah.
Um, so you do your dispatch, stuff, and then the day's over. Robert's at home drinking alone with his dog, in his underwear, and he gets a knock on the door, and it's Malevola and
Invisigal
and
and
Royd.
Royd. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all decide that they're going to throw him a housewarming party
Mhm.
and also help him. They've had an idea on how to find the astral pulse. Um, or is that later in the party?
No, that's right there in the very beginning.
Yeah. So at this point, Robert's Riz starts acting up again, and Malevola is now like openly flirting with him, which is pretty funny.
Which, I mean, at this, it's too late in the game for anything to
Yeah,
happen there. So I think it's just for like comic relief or just like to keep things light.
yeah.
But it was so funny to see Reddit like just get lit on fire with the thought of potentially romancing Malevola. Like
They were in
everyone
love
was,
with it.
yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, sweet," and they just moved on from Invisigal so quick. They were all
But
about Malevola,
that
which is
I
just
really
like
like the party
Karlak.
scene. Yeah, just go romance Karlak if you want. Malevola.
Literally, Malevola is knockoff Karlak.
Um, I like the party scene though. I thought it was cool. Their soundtrack is killer, by the way. I love
Oh,
their
it's so
soundtrack.
good. It's like their licensed music that they have is like some of the best that I've had in a game in a while, I feel like.
I've added pretty much all their licensed songs to my Spotify.
Yeah, me too. Even
Um,
I typically like this is not the kind of music I listen to, but for some reason her songs are growing on me as Thought Squad
yes,
because of this game.
Pose Depressed,
Yeah, I was like, this is actually kind of a banger.
Pound Cake.
Yeah,
I don't
and
usually
like
listen to that, but
that is not the like I never would have found myself listening to something like that. But the fact that I can equate it to like the game, like I can see the scenes in my head when it's playing,
yeah.
uh, makes me change my mind about that. I actually like that song.
Um, that's funny because I wouldn't say I equate the scene, but it opened my eyes to it to where I'm like, okay, I'm like this is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am
Um,
trying to find it right now. Another song that I really like from their soundtrack was
the primer
Rate.
one.
No, I was thinking of Radio by Vershi. It's the one that's
Oh,
playing at the apartment.
that's at the apartment. Yep.
Yeah, they're dancing.
Um, so at the party, they are trying to find the shoot, what's it called? The primer
Astral Pulse.
astral pulse. There we go. They're trying to find the astral pulse. While having a party, everybody's there. Blonde Blazer, Chase, all the dispatch crew except for Flambe. Um, and then you end
Interestingly,
up
he's not there even if he doesn't know you're Mecha Man.
really
Yeah, except the difference is like he's not there because something came up, not because he's mad at you.
okay.
I think it's because they just didn't want to have to
Just
render that
animate it
scene
twice.
more,
Yeah.
yeah, animate it twice.
So everybody's bringing Robert lamps, which is pretty funny. Um, except for Blonde Blazer, they bring him a couch.
Yeah, something
actual piece of
practical.
furniture. Yeah,
Because she's the only grown up in the
yeah.
whole.
All the rest of them are kids.
Yeah.
Um, and then they find it. They find the astral pulse, and at that time, tensions rise kind of because Invisigal wants to go. Blonde Blazer says it's too soon. We need to plan it out. Um, and then that causes Chase, who at this point is drunk, to go off on Invisigal, and he lays into her, and it kind of ruins the party.
He's wasted for
Yeah,
one. For two, I feel like I feel like I gotta give him some slack though. He clearly knows something about Invisigal that
yeah.
makes him be a little bit harder on her than anyone else. For whatever reason, he doesn't want to give it up, whatever it is that he makes him despise her. But also probably I'm thinking about it, he probably had to like Invisigal was insufferable for me at least in the first episode
Uh-huh.
and like the first two episodes. And he probably was putting up with her like that for like months. We don't know how long she was a part of the Z team.
Uh-huh.
And Roberts only had to deal with her for like what, a couple weeks at
And
this
she's
point?
turned around. She's
And
trying
she's
to
like
become a better
trying,
person.
like he probably just doesn't buy it because I mean, it's hard to buy people that are like trying to make a change in their life when they've
Hmm.
disappointed you so many times. And I just kind of get the vibe that's what he's feeling with her.
Well, and Robert's essentially like his little brother, even though
Yeah.
Chase looks 80.
And
Robert's
did
like
you
his little
read
brother.
like the comics and stuff that they
I
have?
I've read like one of them. I need to read the other ones.
They make it really clear that Chase was more involved in Robert's life growing up than his own dad was. Like his dad was like a hard ass.
Buying people? What do you mean, Billy?
I don't know. Did I say that?
I didn't hear you say it.
Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know what that
Chase
means.
is very protective of it. The party kind of ends, right? Robert
Yeah.
kicks
Well, it
everybody
ends
out.
with Invisigal again losing her cool and punching
Yeah,
an
Chase.
80-year-old dude. He's 39, but
30,
is
yeah.
physically 80 years old. Invisigal has no impulse control, like none. She never developed that. She needs to work on
Yeah.
that.
When she feels something, she does it. Um,
I
she
don't
punches
think,
Chase.
sorry, Bill, I don't think I said anything about buying people. I don't, I don't know what.
Buying people like buying into them as a person. Oh, it's like it's hard to buy people when they keep letting you down. Is that what you said?
Probably.
Well,
You got the gist.
I understood.
I find it, I find it very difficult in 2025 to buy people. I
Yes,
wish it was easier.
especially when you can't get into them. They let you down.
Do not
Hmm.
take this out of context.
Yeah.
That is not what I meant. Not what I meant at all.
So party ends. Everybody leaves.
And the reason
He,
Chase is upset is because Invisigal, again, no, she has no impulse control. She wants to just go there right away. No plan, just half cocked.
everybody's
And
kind of drunk, probably.
everyone's drunk. Z team they're cool, but they're not, this is the big leagues. They're not like really ready for this.
Yeah.
And Blonde Blazer's like, we need a plan. And Chase is mad that Invisigal is like, no, we're going now, like a child, you know. So I think it's perfectly justified. I think that maybe he definitely took it a little too far in the way that he was conveying it because he was drunk.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was not wrong.
Hmm. Yeah, because well, he says one thing and then it just kept going where you're like, okay, like you've said your point, but he just kind of goes off because he's drunk.
Yeah,
Um, um,
and she
that point,
punches him.
yep.
Yeah,
And then they all leave. But then
yeah,
Robert sees Chase on the corner of the city street
It's
outside his
actually
apartment.
like it's super sad that because he says I tried to come back to your apartment, they all look the same.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay, so he doesn't just have the body of an 8-year-old.
yeah,
Like his mind is of like an 8-year-old too. Like like when you think about him as a character, like it's such a bummer.
such a tragic
Such
character.
a tragic character, like that because that's such a stereotypically old person thing to say.
Yeah,
Like
they all look the same.
like I couldn't figure out where the apartment was because they all look the same. And he's only 39 years old, and that's the life he's living. And he talks about on the balcony where he's just like, I can't have like it was a throwaway line, but when you think about it, that sucks for a guy that's only 39. He can't even have sex anymore
Yeah,
because he's too old to do it. Like
and who knows when did he turn? When did he age that fast?
I want to say because he's been retired for a while, there's no like hard data out there on when it happened. I want to say that it's what makes sense to me is that over the course of like a year, all of a sudden it just happened very rapidly.
It caught up on him.
It caught up on him, and then he had to stop being a hero.
So do
And
you
so
think he was
he
like
might have been
30?
seeing signs.
Yeah.
He probably would have been seeing signs in his 20s, like things happening there, here and there, but like being a hero is who he was. And then he finally had to come to the realization when it started being more and more rapid and being
Hmm.
like, oh, I gotta stop.
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Um, but you have a nice conversation with him on the balcony where he asks like, why does Hero do what they do? And you can tell him. I chose the one that's like because it feels good to help people or something like that. I forget what it was.
The one I chose, which was it, the dialogue prompt was because it's the right thing to do.
That's the one I chose. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Um,
he responds to you and he's just like, do you think the Z team feels the same way? And he still hasn't fully like come around to the idea of,
their retribution.
yeah, he still feels, especially towards Invisigal, but he still feels like that he doesn't know if they're ready to be heroes.
Hmm. So at that point, all of a sudden, Robert's computer goes off as they're talking, and um, they realize that Invisigal is attempting to steal back the Astral Pulse by herself.
Yeah.
And what you have to do a bunch of hacking mini games while she's in the warehouse. It also ends up there's a whole team of supervillain, or there's like a bunch of supervillains there.
The information's leaked.
Do you think it was
So
leaked from the party?
I don't, at first I was thinking like, could it be Blonde Blazer? Could
Because
it
she said, "Wait,
be,
guys, we need to think."
yeah.
It's like,
I thought that at first, but then I put myself in her shoes and I'm like, that's the rational thing to do would be to wait, think. It would, you know, but there's still possibility it could be her because she's the one that said, let's not go tonight, let's think about it.
yeah.
It could be whatever hero you cut from the team.
Hmm.
It could be either Coupe or Sonar, depending on who you chose to cut.
Well, then also, Prism is has her phone out at one
She's
point.
live streaming it.
Yeah.
I think the most likely scenario is SDN. All their computers have been compromised, and it
Well,
happened during the blackout.
and you have that there's a whole mission where you have to counter hack
Mm.
somebody's computer that was
Yeah,
already compromised in SDN.
it was like the tech guy.
Yeah.
So I
And
think,
Robert's somehow a better tech guy than him.
yeah, I think
Robert's hacking abilities
apparently he
are
could just hack into safes. He could hack into
whatever
cameras.
whatever
He's
he wants.
he's got like 10 in intelligence too, apparently.
Yeah.
'Cause this guy's the whole package. He's got
He's
that
what Sonar
Riz
is as a human.
intelligence. But I think that's probably more likely what happened is the SDN's computers were hacked during that power outage. And you were using an SDN computer in the his
In the
apartment
house.
to so I think that's probably more likely what happened. And that's kind of what I'm hoping happened because I'm gonna be really bummed out if one of the heroes has betrayed.
Right?
Because
If there's a mole.
if there's a mole, it's gonna bum me out because I like all the characters so much now. They've all grown on me that I'm gonna be really sad. One of them has been evil this whole time.
Yes. Um, so Invisigal makes her way through the shipping containers. She finds the astral pulse. And at that point, power goes out. All the other villains are like knocked out or gone, and it ends up that Shroud is there and still hasn't said a word. Still has not spoken.
Although
Um,
they credit Matt Mercer
yeah,
every time.
every time he's in it.
Yeah.
She he whoops Invisigal's butt pretty much, and like
For one,
she's.
I saw a lot of like Let's Players
Mhm.
like being like, just go invisible. Like they're very clear on how her powers work.
It's
She
kind of
can't.
sucky. She has to hold
She
her breath.
she has asthma and she has to hold her breath to not um to use her powers and she just fought through like an army.
Well, and then he's filling that room with some type of smoke. We don't
Yeah.
really know if it was
So
poisonous or
she
anything, but
can't just go invisible right there.
yeah,
And having asthma myself, I know what ha it feels like when you have an asthma attack. The very last thing in the world you want to do during an asthma attack is hold your breath. You'll die.
yeah.
Like,
So she's getting her butt whooped. Well, actually, not really. He disarms her and he kind of leaves her there to grab the astral pulse,
which
the
she would have died
suitcase. Yeah,
if, I mean,
because her
there was
inhaler's out of reach.
some kind of poison in the air. Her inhaler's out of reach. She was not going to make it.
And during this whole time, it keeps cutting to Robert. Like he can't do anything because, he's just on the computer. And you keep seeing Chase in the background, kind of petting the dog and looking like concerned. And then that it leads to my favorite scene so far, where Chase goes to he decides he's gonna save her.
So good.
Drops the one-liner, keep up. Ugh.
Keep up. Runs
Then
off. He's smiling when he's running. He knows he's going to die because he just that's the last thing he wanted to do. And it goes back to that line, like, why are heroes heroes?
yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do. He might hate everyone on the Z team. He might hate Invisigal, and he probably still did when he was running towards her. But in his heart, he's still a hero. It's the right thing to do. And
Yep.
God, they sold it so well, that scene. He's running and he ran probably faster than he's ever run. Because if he only runs 50 times faster than a normal human, that was on another level.
He was running like Flash levels of
Yeah,
speed.
that was really fast. Um, and I think people are like, he only ran for like 10 seconds. How did that kill him? I think it had less to do with how his powers work and more to do with the fact that he probably had a heart attack.
Stressed his heart out.
Like that was like full blown adrenaline rush, you know, pushed his beyond his limits, his heart. If everything about him is normal biology, that would give an old person a heart attack, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah. So he saves her. It looks like he's on his way back to Robert's apartment, but he doesn't make it. He stops at this park, and Robert can see it through the
Because Robert can just hack into any camera in
yeah,
town.
any camera in town. Somehow he has access to this camera. Um, and we see he places Invisigal down. She's still like,
He takes the inhaler out of his back pocket.
yep.
You saw that he grabbed that, so
She starts to wake up. Chase walks off and he collapses. At that point, Invisigal is fully awake and she runs over and she's like trying to revive him. And that's where the episode ends.
yeah,
Is do you think he's fully dead?
I think he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's
Because
dead. A lot of people are saying that they don't think he's dead. I, as tragic as it was, and how much you don't want to see a character like that go, I feel like when you make a decision like that, as like narratively, I feel like you have to stick with it.
yeah,
I feel like it's more important to the story. It's more impactful and meaningful. I don't like fake out deaths. I've never liked fake out deaths stories.
because I could see
Never
it.
been a fan.
I could see it going one of two ways. I do. I know it's such a weird thing to say. I hope he's dead. Um,
Yeah,
because he's a great character.
obviously,
Yeah. Um,
for story purposes, it'd be more impactful if he was dead.
yeah, but I could see them totally doing. He's in the hospital. He had a heart attack, and he's not dead, but he almost died. I could see them pull that. I could picture he's gonna give him Visigal shit, and
Yeah.
but they'll love you. It'll. I could see that, but I do hope that
Did
he's
you
gone.
see the trailer
I
for the
did.
final? There's also a few things that happen in that trailer that makes me feel like he's dead, like dead dead.
We never see him.
We never see him for one. For two, Blonde Blazer's at a press conference. And if you read like the captions that come across, like what she's saying, she says it should come as no surprise that he was willing to sacrifice himself. Like that's all that it made it that far, then stopped.
Yeah,
Um, and she was basically implying he's a hero. He works for SDN. It should come as no surprise that he was willing to do that because he is a hero. So there's that. And then for two, the whole rest of the team seems to be pissed off at Invisigal,
yeah.
and they're saying they don't want her on the team. And she's like, I don't deserve to be on the team. So either he's dead or they're just really mad that they she put him in the hospital. And I don't think that they're the type of team that would be that mad if she put Chase in the
If
hospital if he
somebody was in the
wasn't dead.
hospital, yeah,
One person said maybe that's a sign that it was revealed that she was the mole, or she had something to do with not the mole, but she was a part of Shroud's team in the past.
she put the bomb on Robert's back.
She put the bomb. Like it's going to come to light in this episode, these next few episodes, that she was didn't have the best intentions
Hmm.
originally until she met Robert. Um,
Hmm.
so there's that too. I don't know.
It'll be definitely interesting to see. So yeah, it sounds like he's dead probably. Now that you point that out.
It just yeah. If he is alive, then he's in a coma and he's not going to be awake for the next two episodes. I doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we got two more episodes left.
they're caught up. We know the whole world was waiting on our recap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you have it, you're
Now
prepared
that
for the next two episodes.
so far, this has just been like a just like a joy for me.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know that this is for me. I don't see it. I don't think it should win like Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Because there's more to Game of the Year than just a good story. I think you got to think about gameplay. You got to think about impact on the genre. You got to think about a lot of things. Um, and this is like barely a game, if we're being honest. This is just like a fun, interactive, like TV show
Yeah.
is really more what it feels like. But what I would like to see this compete with at the end of the year would be best narrative. I think it deserves a chance at best narrative.
I can see that. Especially um what's it got to deal with? Expedition 33. Pretty good one.
Yeah, and what else came out this year? Narrative speaking.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
It's a good game. I don't know
It's
if
good.
narrative is like,
Yeah.
that standout.
Um Silk Song. Not narrative.
Silksong win if Silksong wins best narrative, I'm never watching the Game Awards again.
It's over.
I
I would like to see that though. I definitely
think
think it's a
Expedition
strong
33
contender.
is probably its biggest narrative competitor.
Competitor, yeah. Because that sold a lot of people. And I heard a lot of talk around the narrative with that. Hmm. So let me ask you this. I felt like towards these last episodes, I love the story, but I feel like it's very formulaic. Every episode follows the same structure of their story at the beginning,
Yeah.
dispatch in the middle, story at the end.
Yeah.
And every episode
That's pretty
follows that.
predictable. I have fun during the dispatches,
Hmm.
but I'm kind of just playing those to get to the story portions,
Exactly.
you know. And it does kind of, you're right, it does kind of play out that way. And I guess I didn't realize how much of a like 911 simulator the game was going to be until I started playing it. So I'm having fun with that, but that's not the reason I'm playing. The reason I'm playing is the story.
If they make a season two, because they've already started to, the director was saying we'll think about it. Um, would you want to see more of the gameplay dispatch or the dispatch gameplay, or would you want them to try and switch it up?
I don't know how you switch it up without
True,
completely changing the structure though, you know?
true. Because I'm trying to think, like, what is I know we talked about it recently, but like Wolf Among Us or any other of the Telltale ones, I never felt the same. I don't know. Not fatigue's not the best word, but it's kind of a fatigue for the dispatch mode
Yeah.
of like I still like it, but I'm like, oh, let me get to the story again.
Yeah. I I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you fix that without completely overhauling it.
Yeah,
Um, Me personally, like I'm not against simulator games. Like I think they have a place, but they're never like my top like style of game. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to like play a simulator game. So I would have preferred if it was just story and QTEs all the way through.
same.
That would have
I
been
think so.
that would have been more fun for me. I don't know whether or not we're in the minority on that though. Like I don't know how the community feels about that because no one's really talked about it yet. I've
Hmm.
heard some people say that it's a bit formulaic, and I've heard some complaints that like same thing I said, it's like barely a game. Um, so this is a hot take, and I might get blasted by the fandom here, but I almost prefer that a season two isn't even a game.
Just
I
a
almost
actual TV show.
just like some like picked up by Netflix or something. It's just like a TV show.
That, honestly, I wouldn't be too mad at that either. If we got the only thing they'd have to address with that though is like the romance option.
Like who do you choose
Yeah, they'd
type
have
of
to
thing.
make one of them canon,
Yeah.
either Blonde Blazer or Invisigal or Malevola. Maybe they just choose Malevola and say screw it.
It may really make the community happy.
Yeah, you guys didn't even get this choice.
I have nothing against Alana. I think her name's Alana Pierce.
Yep.
Um, but I do feel like uh if they were to make her more of a focus, I feel like she either needs to work on her voice acting or just get a better voice actor.
It's kind of monotone.
I think as far as like the celebrity guests, the vo voice actor that actually feels like a good voice actor is Jacksepticeye.
Punch Up does a
Yeah,
great job.
does a great job. I think everyone else, um, when I say everyone else, I mean Alana, Moist Critical, and Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye's the strongest for sure.
Yeah,
Like, because he actually has done voice work in the past, but this is like his biggest thing he said.
yeah. And he does I didn't even realize that was him until we were talking about the first two episodes that one night. Um, he does a great job just becoming that character of
Right.
this little midget guy that punches you.
But the main cast, Robert, Chase,
Oh,
Blonde
Aaron
Blazer,
Paul.
Mizigo, dude, this is they're so good. Like something about the way Aaron Paul does it, like just
It,
depressed Riz God is so good. I love his performance.
and it's like you like Alana Pierce is monotone. He's also monotone, but like in a good way. And
Right.
I don't know why. Like I don't know why his way works.
I I think it's because like he's more believable. He doesn't feel like he's
Probably
reading off of a script, and I think that only comes from, you know, just years of experience.
years of acting and
Yeah, doing that type of thing.
becoming the character essentially.
Yeah. But he's good and God, what is his name? The guy that voices Chase. Keep it Jeffrey Wright.
Yes,
So good. If
Commissioner
they ever
Gordon.
made like a TV show, I would want like an animated show. I would be disappointed if they all just didn't reprise their roles.
I could see them doing a show. I could also see
Yeah.
them doing, maybe
Chase would
they
have to
just
be
expand
flashbacks.
on the universe and not even have it be about Robert or the Z team, you know?
Could do that too, and then keep him like if it becomes a whole IP,
Yeah.
keep keep him as like video games. So the sequels are video games, but the TV show is just set in the universe.
Yeah. I could see them do that because I like the what they've established with the heroes. It feels like Invincible mixed with like, oh geez.
It feels to me, it feels like Invincible mixed with like the stylings of like Vox Machina.
Yeah,
Um, and maybe some of the boys sprinkled in there a little
mixed in
bit.
there with
Yeah,
like the
just
corporatization of superheroes and
hmm not as bleak of a
yeah.
story as the boys, but like like kind of similar in the way. I am happy that they steered away from the evil Superman
Phenomenon.
thing because I'm kind of tired of that in media,
I don't know,
you
they
know.
just made him a depressed teddy bear. So I mean, at this point, at the end of the episodes, not much has happened with Waterboy or Phenomenon in the after that initial choice. And I don't know if maybe in the next two, maybe it'll come to fruition more of their character arc. But there was one scene with each of them, and then that's been kind of it. Otherwise, you've just been using them in Dispatch and
They kind of
Invisigal.
just yeah, any scenes that they have, they're just like character swaps. They
Yeah.
kind of just say the same thing but in their own way. Um, there is a moment like if you romance Blonde Blazer when you're dancing in the apartment,
Uh-huh.
Phenomena Man, uh, he like comes over and he gives you guys both a hug and lifts you both in the air and like it kind of signals like he's kind of moved on, and he's happy
Oh,
for
okay.
but after Chase gets punched in the face, when Blonde Blazer says, if anyone reports this, you have to answer to me. She leans over and she says, I'm sorry, Robert, and she gives him a kiss and then leaves instead of just
Uh-huh.
leaving. And Phenomenon in the background, you could see him very visibly like, oh, like you could see it in the, you know, but it's very small. It's like not like just like a moment where he's like, oh, you know.
He's like, my
But like
love.
I'm at a point where I fully trust Phenomena Man. Like I don't think he would do anything to hurt anybody. Like he just seems like a teddy bear that just doesn't understand how to be human.
What if the mole's Waterboy?
Waterboy was actually the most evil. Those
Yeah.
that wasn't Coupe's stats. It was an accidental leak of what his real crimes are.
First degree murder, kidnapping, extortion. That could be it.
Maybe. But I'm super excited. It's gonna drop tomorrow,
What
9
time
p.m.
does it drop? 9 p.m.?
9 a.m. Sorry,
9 a.m.
Pacific.
Oh
So
man,
yeah, are you
I
gonna be
gotta
at
work
work?
tomorrow.
I usually have them played by the time you start.
Yeah. Usually it's
I'm,
nighttime when we're like, "Oh, how was it? It was
you know,
amazing."
talking about it like
Um,
midnight.
man, though, that the keep up line. There's a
Yeah,
few moments in gaming
keep
where it
up.
leaves me like smiling and like, you know,
Yeah,
hits hard. That was one of them.
I think I weirdly felt like just happy for him in that moment because like he chose to go out the way he wanted to go out.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Yeah.
he's smiling when he's running. So it's like he finally got to do.
Like he was a hero his whole life, and then
Hmm.
he was forced to retire early, and he spent his last moments, you know, doing what he was born to do, and he did it. You know what? It gave me the same feeling. Have you ever seen the Iron Giant?
Yes.
It felt very much like at the end when he says, "You be who you want to be," and he says,
Oh, your audio cut out.
"Oh, he's he when he says you are who you are, like want to be," and then he says Superman right before he like stops the nuke from destroying the town.
Uh-huh.
I got the same vibe. Obviously, Iron Giant, that's on a much bigger scale, but that's the feeling I got when that happened.
Yeah, he's doing it for somebody he cared about too. He got to be a hero for Robert, who was essentially like his big brother father figure
Yeah.
in a way.
And in the comics, they reveal that Mecha Man 2, which one was he? Mecha Man, I forget what his call sign was, but Robert's dad
Uh-huh.
um was kind of a hard ass and was like just really rough on him. And so like Chase was the one that was like that cool older brother that took care of him and he's only
Did
9 years older than
had
him or
fun with
whatever,
him.
but
Yeah.
he's the one that like made him who he is and stuff. So that obviously is going to affect Robert a lot on the next episode.
What if Beef is the traitor?
It was beef all along. Superpower of some dude that could turn into a dog. He's been leaking all this information.
Beef, no. You
I
have to
would
kill him.
I would probably rage quit if that was the direction they went with. I'd be done.
What if Beef is Shroud?
Beef is Shroud. What if Beef is a robot that Shroud's gonna? Do we even know what are Shroud's powers?
I Well, I guess super smart because we think because supposedly he was the one that invented the astral pulse. Um, but that's all we know. And even
It's,
then, we just know he had the astral pulse.
I'm looking it up right now. Powers in dispatch. Genius level intellect. As a master inventor and engineer, he uses skills to create advanced technology, including augments that enhance superhuman abilities. So he's like Doctor Doom type of guy.
Okay.
And apparently he's not just like smart for a human. That is superpower, is being
Is
smart. So
smarts.
yeah.
Hmm. Definitely be interesting, and I'm excited.
I have a feeling that his death is going to be undercut by something silly, and I kind of hope it doesn't happen.
Well, I think it's going to be a choice to kill him or not.
Are you going to kill him?
No, because
Really?
I don't know. All right, that's not my Robert.
What are you, Batman?
Yeah, we don't cross a line.
Once
Well,
I
because
cross that line,
there's
I'll
no
never
going
go
back.
back.
There's that whole conversation with Chase where Chase asks, like, have you thought about what you're going to do when you get him?
I told him, yeah,
What did you say you'd kill him?
I did.
Damn, okay. I said I don't know yet
I don't know yet.
because I don't know enough about like besides that he's a bad dude. I'm missing a lot of the context of whatever happened.
He killed your dad.
But how?
Shot him. I don't know. He,
What if he
according
didn't?
to what if he didn't?
I'm
That
just
guy
saying,
in the
like,
that guy in the very beginning of the game said your dad pissed his pants when he got killed by Shroud. Shroud told me everything, and like,
I'm
I mean,
just
pretty damn clear.
innocent until proven guilty, okay?
He indirectly killed Chase. He attempted to
True.
kill Invisigal.
Yes, you got points there.
I'm kind of with you. I think my opinion might change depending on what context is revealed.
Because I
And
feel like they're gonna reveal something. There's got to be some type of
they might, I mean, his dad in the comics and in the game, Shroud and his dad look so similar. There's something going on. Maybe his dad was evil and
oh,
Shroud
put him
like took
down.
him out. Like they're both evil and Shroud like put him down because there could be only one or something's gonna happen.
Yeah, where Robert's gonna, just about beat him. He's gonna be like, your father, or something, and then Robert's gonna be like, no.
Robert's gonna headbutt him a bunch of times and say, "I thought you were stronger," and then just rip off Invincible.
Yep, thought you were stronger.
Yeah.
Been up to anything else, Kyle?
Not really. Well, yeah, but not enough to go over in this.
Not any nerdy stuff.
Not any nerdy stuff. You saw Predator.
Predator was really good.
Yeah, I mean, is
I-
that something we want to tack on to the very end of this, or do we want
we'll
to
hold
save
it
it?
off.
Save it for an actual real conversation.
Yeah, where we can go a little bit more in depth because it was. But what I will say now, if you're a fan of Predator, if you like Prey or Killers of Killers, go see it. It's
That good, huh?
really good. hmm
A lot of people are saying this is like the best Predator movie they've made.
Okay, now
Now,
it's
maybe
up
not.
there, but to me personally, I still like Prey just a little bit more.
Is Prey your favorite out of all of
Prey
them?
is my favorite. Yeah.
I think if I were to rank it, number one is still Arnie in the Woods.
Uh-huh.
I still like that one because there's like a certain mystique and allure of the Predator that you don't have the lore, you don't have the context of who they are and stuff. It still feels a little more horror film and like less action movie, more horror, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I like that one. And then I would probably say Prey after that. And then my surprising number third, having not seen this new one yet,
Uh-huh.
my surprising one that's in third place is actually Adrian Brody one.
Really? Okay.
I really like that one. I don't know why.
I would say it probably goes Prey, Badlands, and then probably the first.
Yeah, I might
Badland, but
change when I see Badlands
Badlands is really good, and this is the first movie we get with an actual Predator character, like as the main character, and I think they
as
did a
like
really good job.
like an anti-hero or a good guy,
I, kind of,
or is he
yeah.
just a hero through the perspective of a predator, but still not, a good guy?
Yes.
That's fine
Yes, and
because that's who they are
yeah,
as characters.
he's not some selfless, um, saint. He's no
Yeah,
Superman, but it was really good.
people were dissing on the design so much too, leading up to it. They said he looked derpy.
So they kind of explain that away as he's the runt of his family,
Mm,
and so he's supposed to be like small and like
got to prove
less
himself
than.
extra.
Yeah, he's the small guy.
Well, I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet, but high praise. I feel like I wanna go watch it.
You should. So should you, Billy. Talk
Maybe
about
we could.
something else for the love of God. I didn't see when he put that in. The name of the episode was Dispatch, Billy.
He's just upset that we didn't talk about uh MMOs for 2 hours. Guild Wars or
What was the
Dune.
title he gave us the other day?
I don't know, but we erased it.
The one we
Creatively talk.
erased. Well, I think Kyle, it's time to talk about Mass Effect.
Perfect. Let's end on that. Is Mass Effect the greatest gaming trilogy or the best gaming trilogy? I don't know. You tell me.
Even after all these years, it's still highly disputed. Um, so do you hate the ending of three? Like, what are your thoughts?
No, I don't hate the ending of three. I
I
don't
always
think
see people
people like
shitting on
still
it.
to this day will comment on the ending of Mass. You can't give a compliment to Mass Effect without a caveat of mentioning the ending of three, because it really affected people like hardcore. It never affected me.
Yeah,
I think it was
I was
before I was into the hype of like reading things online and I just I didn't follow the noise. I just took it for what it was. Could it have been more branching? Could it have been less generic? Sure, but I was fine with it.
when for my younger brain when I played through the game, I felt like I didn't need that branching of an ending for what the story was about, like for what was happening. It felt like there was only so many outcomes to the world almost ending. Um, and we had this mysterious weapon that could save the day. So I was okay with it. And I every time I see people gripe on it, I'm still like,
It's kind of like how you can't talk about how much you love the game Cyberpunk without
uh-huh.
feeling like you have are obligated to talk about the bad launch. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
these things exist, these things happen, but you just have to, if you like it, then just move on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, every single time I bring up Cyberpunk, I don't want to have to defend the position of, yes, I know it launched bad, but they
But what
fixed it.
about all the glitches?
Yeah, it's like, I'm done talking about that. I like the game in the state it's in now. I don't feel the need to go into, yes, but they fixed it every time I bring up anything to do with Cyberpunk.
You're making me
Um,
realize something, Kyle. I'm
what?
guilty of it. I'm guilty of doing that exact thing for No Man's Sky.
That's
I sh I
from
need to stop.
a No Man's Sky fan perspective. They're saying this exact same thing.
I know. They're like, I'm
They're saying
sorry
I
that
don't
every
have to
time.
feel like I need to justify the fact that I like this game to you. That's
Dang, okay. I'll fix myself.
like
So,
I actually so to be fair, I actually went back and did try No Man's Sky after it was fixed, and I
okay.
still got bored. So
I also tried it after, after they released a bunch of the updates, and I just it's not for me, but there is a big
no,
gameplay player base. Same with I've tried Warframe multiple times, can never get into it.
yeah.
I just I pick it up and I'm like, what the hell?
But if someone
And
comes to me and they go, "Oh man, I love No Man's Sky," the first thing I say is not going to be like, "Oh, what a terrible launch." Like I'm not going to do that. That's
that
not
used
who
to
I
be me.
am.
Sean Murray will never earn my respect.
Yeah, that's still you. What are you talking about?
I'll fix myself.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about Mass Effect 3's ending.
Yeah,
And I played it like pre-patch too.
I
Like I
know.
played it OG one, and I
I
do think it was pretty bare bones. But even then, I remember thinking, "Oh, this is a great game," because I played it for the journey,
yeah,
and I had a damn good journey on that game.
and it was the biggest part for me was it. I remember buying hard into the indoctrination theory, and I was kind of let down that that wasn't true, but that was my own fault because I read up all the lore on it and stuff, and I was like, oh damn, this makes
Yeah,
sense. But no,
yeah.
it wasn't.
Well, Dylan, where can people find us?
They can find us right here on YouTube every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. As Kyle said earlier at the beginning of the episode, we're probably going to be doing some form of this streaming for the next few episodes just because of personal stuff happening. So maybe we'll mix in some games like we've done. We might actually play Baldur's Gate
Maybe
some
we'll finish
more.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah,
Yeah, we could finish Baldur's Gate.
we're just about to
Maybe
finish Act 2.
get
I
Billy
remember
to
it.
play. We can start over.
Start off. Baldur's Gate is one of those games that's such a starting over is such a daunting prospect.
I know.
It's like,
For
oh
a game
man,
we haven't played in
I haven't seriously played it in about a year.
probably the same. Probably
Yeah,
the same. But yeah,
I
come check
kind of
us
go
out.
back in every now and then, like kind of fuck around a little bit, but that's about it.
See what mods are out.
Yeah,
But yeah, come check us out. Leave a like, subscribe, join us, chat. Um, Split Fiction.
I love Split Fiction.
Wait, oh Bill, no, Billy's getting on the call.
Ugh, Billy's getting on. Wait, I'm getting on the call. Wait. He's gonna join and like I have stuff I want to talk to about.
Here he is. So, anyways,
We
Mass
almost
Effect.
we almost made it.
Let's talk
Yo,
So
about.
we almost finished.
can y'all hear me?
We
I can
can
hear you
hear
just
you.
fine,
I
sir.
can't see you.
I don't have a camera set up.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow, Mr. Tech Guy don't have a camera. Oh
I
shit.
know. Well, what about your fancy computer, huh?
Kind
Mr.
of a
PC.
downgrade.
what are your thoughts on Dispatch, Billy?
Jesus Christ. Shut the
It
fuck up.
is Jesus Christ. It is the best. It is. I'm glad you
One of
agree with us.
one of the best games ever made.
The last 3 episodes, you've done fucking hour and a half diatribes on the
We
fucking
We
literally only
haven't.
talked
Maniac.
about it once. Last episode didn't even bring it up.
I got receipts.
Yeah,
I
we do
think
too.
I think I did bring it up at the very end of the last episode, Kyle.
Okay, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
So,
but it was like at the end. It wasn't our main topic of conversation, Billy.
all right, well,
What did you
Billy,
want to talk about, Billy?
now that you're here, I can step away for a little bit. You can carry the conversation with Dylan. I'll be right back.
That's right. What's up, man?
Not much, not much. We were talking about Mass Effect. Knew you'd really miss out on that conversation. Uh,
You know it.
what's up with you?
Living the dream, baby. Living
Living
the
the dream?
dream. I wanted to comment on a quick thing that Kyle brought up because I think it's kind of interesting. I think one of the issues, he says he gets tired of having to defend Cyberpunk, or you were talking about Nomad Sky of having to defend, bad launches and things like that because the
Uh-huh.
game's gotten in a better state now. I still think that like culturally, like as someone who didn't play No Man's Sky, I know it is the game that launched like shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Or Cyberpunk, like that's something that you can kind of culturally grab onto. Like maybe people didn't play Cyberpunk, but everyone knows that it was meme to death. Like, oh, what a terrible launch. So I think it's more so just people kind of claim, people who maybe haven't played the game or gave it a second chance to, like that might just be like their gut reaction to say that. But
Uh-huh.
I also think it's totally fine to have that criticism because if it's one of those things that goes and sort of disappears and it's like, oh well, the game got better, that just sort of furthers the AAA drought that's I feel like has been going on where you can't do that. You can do it if you're CD Project Red and it's your first fuck up. You can't
Yeah.
do it if it's Bethesda on fuck up number 30.
But yeah,
Like,
did you hear the drama around the Fallout 4? Um, there's a recent update or something with that. Is that what you're talking about?
no.
No? Let me try and look it up. So there was recent drama around Fallout 4. Let me see. And a bunch of people were shitting on him because it's like um they've been constantly like Xbox or Microsoft bought Bethesda thinking they were going to be their big money maker, and they've consistently shit the bed since. And it's like,
Really.
yeah,
I'm for these large companies falling, man. It's a joke to see the product that they're putting out. They're delivering games that gamers don't want. They're not listening to the fans. And I sent you guys over that video of just all the AAA stuff that's going on. I know you guys don't have PCs. I don't. Well, Kyle does, but he's not really on the indie scene, and neither am I. So I'm not familiar with all those games that they went over in that video. But I mean, we're talking many of those games have 100,000 plus people playing it. They're 20, $30 at launch. People are loving it, and they have some lasting power for many, many weeks. As far as I'm concerned, this is the year that AAA died. It really is. We see GTA 6 continually get pushed back, and who knows what that's ultimately going to be. And I think AAA is going to fall into these small little buckets that they've always known, and I don't. I just feel like this is we've been talking about this in many episodes, but this is the end of AAA as we know it in terms of them going out getting funding. I mean, Kyle said it best in our chat on Discord, but like they're sitting there looking at a shareholder. So what they're doing, nobody's asking what's best for our fans. This is what currently going on in like streaming, like video movie streaming and stuff. Nobody's asking what's best for the fans to watch the experience. Why? Because they have a total monopoly on the content that you watch, and that's going to continue on the streaming side because unless you pirate things, you can't watch sports or whatever. Like so that you're kind of stuck there. But on the gaming side, this is an entertainment product that's meant to be diverse in the sense that look at I think you're the primary market, Dylan. Like you probably buy 30 to 40 games a year, I would say. And so you're the one that bounces around from game to game to game. and spending a little money here and there and there. And so what's happening is these games are overpriced. They're what they're doing with is they're not starting from what do gamers want. They're starting from the mindset of how do we build a live service game with the most optimized monetization model. And that's just the absolute wrong mindset to have. I mean, we
Mhm.
just saw, I don't know if I sent this in our chat, but we just saw even more MMO studios. That one of which I was actually kind of excited for is called Ghosts. Um, they had been developing it for years. It also got canceled. So yet another, and there was a couple other ones that got canceled too. So more MMOs are dying because again they're way too costly, and investors are starting to realize like, hey, guess what? Our cool, sexy uh, people behind this game and our disgustingly invasive uh, invasive monetization model is not going to keep people around, and we're just going to be another meme and collecting dust in a few years. I mean, this is effectively what's happened with New World to a much lesser extent. But this is what's happening in these studios, and so I think this is the year that a lot of these places go to die. And I
Mhm.
hope that mindset shift changes of let's get away from how do we create a monetization model that works to let's just make fun fucking games. How about that? And you look at these indie studios, man, it game after game after game. You see them literally producing some of the just fun games. They don't have to have every single little feature that's ever existed in every game, right? They don't have to be a microcosm of every single little detail and crossplay and online and all that. Like, no, just make a fun game, make something fun and entertaining, and that's what these studios are doing. And people of 5-person teams are putting out games that literally on release sell better and have a larger audience playing them. I mean, it's just the model is broken right now, and they broke it themselves. The number of gamers in this world is it's not like it's growing, triple digits, right? It's pretty saturated market in the sense of, who has a PlayStation 5 or who has a computer or who has a mobile phone, whatever it is. That market's not growing. So you've created this product, this live service product that you've shipped and sold to us and told, hey, this is the future. And guess what? People have stuck to 2 or 3 of those games. Like you're not signing like Dylan, you got captured by Zenless Sun Zero.
Yep.
You're not signing up to go and try 3 new gotchas. Like no, you're
No.
gonna be like you know what? I've invested in this one and I'm gonna stick with that one. I played Guild Wars 1 and 2 my whole fucking life. I'm not jumping around from another live service game to another live service game because I don't have that time in my life. I've already put so much into one. The live service model has worked and it's pulled gamers into these little buckets. And so that's part of the reason why you see a lot of these studios shutting down because it's like, hey, we need to get you out into playing other games that have even worse monetization models. So anyway, that's kind of like a diatribe on kind of a couple thoughts of what I heard you guys talking about. But um,
I think you're on the money, as far as like why AAA is suffering. My only thing is I don't feel like AAA gaming, um, I don't feel like we're quite at the level of like this is the year it died. Because there's still like an absurd amount of people sinking money into this. And I don't know what's going to take for them to learn their lesson. But I guarantee you, once GTA 6 comes out, um, they're going to flip back on that again. And it's going to be the number one most selling game in the world. And, I
yeah,
think there's still some AAA titles that are coming out that are doing well enough to where I'd say that I'm not quite at the level of thinking it's dead. I just think right now it's endangered.
well, I just saw
Yeah.
Ghost of Yote. They sold 3 million copies. That's it. Saw
Pretty good
something
amount
that
for a game like that.
I feel like for a sequel on a Game of the Year contender. Wait, Ghost of Tsushima won Game of the Year, right?
No, it lost.
So, but it was a finalist, right?
It was a competitor for it for sure.
Yeah. I just feel like a sequel, that's kind of crazy. And then when you, like I said, when you see some of these other games where It's like just indie studio games. They sell more copies. I guess my point is I think this is the year they finally learn the lesson of shipping crap, and so
Yeah.
I think we'll feel. It takes a long time to build a game. There's just no doubt about that. I think we will see the effects of this year, probably around the year 2030. But yeah, I mean, I've seen more live service games canceled this year than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, Riot backed out once again of their MMO. Like I said, Ghosts from the that one studio, it backed out. Like I've seen so many large projects canceled or DOA, and I think they're having to rethink the whole model. So we'll see. I don't know I don't know what I want. I think AAA will always have a place, right? Everybody wants a visually stunning, compelling experience that's super high quality. Like that's always going to have its place.
Yeah.
But the I think the rinse repeat. I mean, you'll probably have that rinse repeat always in titles like COD and stuff like that that have just a yearly model. But I think more of the cinematic experiences. I don't think you're going to have the same successes. So
So,
I don't know.
Billy, Ghost of Tsushima, it's selling about the same as Ghost Yote.
See, that's just crazy to me. I feel like
Like
it should have been better because of how well received Tsushima was.
it is a little bit better. So we don't have I don't have the exact numbers for what Ghost of Tsushima's was, but it took approximately 4 months for it to hit 5 million units sold for Ghost of
Yeah.
Tsushima. Ghost of Yote's only been out 1 month
Yeah. And
and hit
also single
3.3.
player games historically, unless it's Grand Theft Auto or, a Rockstar title, they generally barely ever sell more than 10 million in their life cycle. Multiplayer, experiences always sell better. Like Battlefield 6 has already surpassed 10 million sold. That's a AAA game. Like I 100% agree with you that their way is dying off, and I hope that gamers are wising up to like why AA games and indie games are doing so good. Um, but we haven't, unfortunately, I don't think shareholders have seen that they haven't been bleeding enough for them to make any real significant changes yet. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I'll be interested to see what happens after GTA 6 launches. If it doesn't sell as well as GTA 5, which would be
There's
crazy
no
if it
chance it
didn't.
will.
Um,
Zero chance. It's gonna set the standard. It's gonna be
yeah.
priced at $100. It's gonna break every record ever exists.
And that's gonna just bring it all back. It's gonna
We'll get a
reset
bunch of
this
clones.
clock. We're gonna get a bunch of clones or get a bunch of AAA games that try and do exactly what they did. And it almost seems like that might hurt the industry, but it's going to happen. And
Yeah,
I want GTA 6 to be good. I'm not
for
against,
sure.
I'm not against a AAA
That's a
game being
beloved
good.
franchise.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. Is I like I said, I think there's a place for it. I just think this mindset it has to shift, and if this year is any example, it's going to shift. You cannot make a game where your first thought is how do we get the most purchases from our in-store shop? Like
How do
it's
we
just
get the
gross.
monetization?
Yeah, it's just gross to see what this has come. I mean, you
And
boot up
that's
some of the
not,
older games and you don't even have a shop in it. Like, oh, it feels so good.
this is
You know?
not like the game developers, this doesn't affect them in any way. So you know that this is not what they're doing as a team. This is what the shareholders and their parent companies and their higher ups are having them develop. And when you, as a AAA, I mentioned this in Discord, but as a AAA studio, one of the biggest downsides is you are at mercy to the shareholders, and you answer to them, and uh the whole goal is to be as profitable as possible. Whereas AA and indie, you still get away with things being passion projects. And if you make money off of it, great, but you did this for the love of the game, you
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, I mean, you look
That's
at
the difference.
Expedition 33, um, Silk Song, all those just this year, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, all those are you can feel the passion on those versus a lot of what the ones you were talking about.
Dispatch.
Yeah.
Dispatch is a double A. It's not even a triple A. It's you see the same thing happening in movies though too. Uh, it's
The
interesting. People always talk about like Pirates of the Caribbean, number like number two and three with Davy Jones, and Transformers being like the peak of CGI in movies. How it's never going to get better than that. Those movies came out like almost 20 years ago.
Yep.
And the reason, the consensus on why those movies did so well is because they had basically unlimited resources and unlimited time. And they were told, make this as good as possible. And now it's the opposite. They have limited resources, limited time, and they're still told to make this as good as possible. And so movies that come out this year still look shitty compared to movies that came out 2007 is when Pirates of the Caribbean 3 came out and Transformers.
yeah,
2007. And
That's
those movies
crazy.
look better than movies that come out now. And it's because those were passion projects. And it was before, they made $1 billion and then studios and shareholders were like, oh shit, we needed we need to amplify this by 40. And
well,
a
even
lot
then
of that's Marvel's fault, to be honest.
it's also how the market changed. I feel like because if it used to be if your movie wasn't good, people wouldn't go see it. Now there's such a saturation, and
Yeah.
to kind of Marvel's fault too of like just almost an obligation to go see these films even though they might not be good
Yeah.
just because you have the name Marvel on it.
You know what's crazy is when Martin Scorsese first came out and he had that statement where he was just like, I think that Marvel films are good theme park movies, but it's not cinema. And there's a huge like discourse on that on like, how could he say that? This and that. The more I think about it, the more I'm almost in line with him.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to
Really.
you. Like,
Break that down for me.
I hate what Marvel and superhero movies and big budget blockbuster type films have done to the movie market. Like,
I agree.
I don't like that that's the only thing that you can get away with now on in the theaters. And I just miss that there's a hole in my heart. There's a there's a hole in my entertainment sphere. Like I want to go and watch a good movie in the theater that doesn't need to make $1 billion to be profitable. Like I missed that when I was younger. Like comedies even. Like when's the last time a funny movie was released in theaters that you saw? I
There is
can't.
none,
Yeah,
dude.
like
Yeah.
it's direct to streaming. Like I missed the theaters were I felt like were more welcoming to all types of movies, not just the big budget Marvel
Yeah,
Blockbusters.
films and blockbusters.
Russell Crowe just went on Joe Rogan, and I listened to it this week. He talked about exactly that. He's like, I have an idea for a comedy. He said no one in Hollywood will even hear him. That's
Yeah,
fucking Russell Crowe.
yeah,
Like, like he's one of the most A-list actors there is, and they won't even listen to him for a
yeah,
fucking comedy. So I got
yeah,
to sit through another Amy Schumer or whatever the hell her name is, bullshit comedy on Netflix or whatever. Like, come
yeah.
on, that's where we're at today. I mean, it's just bonkers.
Yeah.
Everything's gotten to the point where it's like they have to squeeze out every dollar. I don't know why. I don't
There's a
feel like it's
movie
always
now.
like that.
If a movie doesn't make, you know, $1 billion now, they're like talking about how it's not successful. Like Superman just came out recently. It barely made over 500 million, and there's some people that are like calling that like not a success. And it's
Hmm.
crazy that like
500
that's the
million.
standard now. And yes, that it costs a lot of money to make that movie, and they still ended up turning a profit, but barely. Um, but I like now, if you're not one of those movies, then you're hoping that you're going to get picked up by Netflix or Amazon and it'll get streamed. And I think that's what I mean when I say like their theme park movies, and it's almost like Disneyland versus, just a trip to a national park. That's what I get it
That's
when he
fair.
says that. Like Marvel is Disneyland, and these other movies are just regular trips. You're still missing something when you don't go on those regular trips. Disneyland might fill a certain hole that you have, and you like that, but it's not the beach in Oregon. Like there's just things you're missing, and I think there's a time and place for everything, and I hate that now there's no room for anything else.
That's a
So
actually really poetic point because you have instead of making it for like a niche audience, they make everything for games did the same thing. They make it for everyone. And it's like, no,
hmm
now it sucks and it doesn't apply to anybody and no one really enjoys it versus making like Path of Exile 2, making it the most hardcore, ARPG experience. That's what it is. It's not, oh, yeah, also we're going to have this great narrative and, and like romance options. It's like, no, the people playing this game don't give a fuck about that. They want they want the best combat experience. So put all your
Right.
development time into that, and now it's just like everybody makes the everything experience, and it's just that's the wrong way to go. That's a really good point.
so the budget for Superman was about 350 million and it made 616 million.
Yeah.
Flop. It didn't
People
double.
and people are literally like saying like, "Oh, that underperformed projections." Like,
It's like what?
and and there was a time when, you know, movies, anything that was over 500 million was just like a mega colossal hit, you know? And now that barely, I mean, inflation makes everything crazy, but that's all. I just want to see my indie films and rom-coms and small budget movies in the theater again. I like the theater experience. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I love me a good blockbuster movie, but
S-
I don't like that I'm limited at the theater.
Speaking of movie theaters, have you guys been to Cinemark?
Not
In my
recently.
life or
No, like recently.
um
In my life.
no, I've been
I've
to
heard of them.
Galaxy. I was at Galaxy this
So
morning.
I went to the Cinemark to go see Predator Badlands, and we went in. They call it the DX Theater. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, the
Um,
the audio one, right?
no. So I mean, in a way. So first off, let me describe this. I think it's something to experience. I still like Galaxy better. Um, but the chairs, first off, they recline as you would expect now, but they recline and your feet are still at a 90.
Huh.
So the bottom doesn't push out. So you're sitting there like
With your feet like flat down and laid back.
yeah.
That's
Nice. That's exactly
And
what you
then
want.
the movie comes on and they have like speakers built into the ground. I don't know.
Yeah,
The bot
so that's
like you're
the XD audio. That's part of, yeah, that's like a extreme digital audio thing. Yeah, it's
but
like a
it's
specialty theater.
yeah, it's purposely built into the ground though, because it's like we have what the Dolby Legends has the Dolby or Galaxy.
Yep.
Um, this
that's
this is built into the ground, so like you could feel it on the bottom of your chair, and like it was weird. And then get this, you can buy a special row of seats. There's a certain row where the seats move.
that I mean this is like getting like remember
You could
like
upgrade to like a that's like first class movie theater.
Yes, and the
What the
seats
hell?
move with the movie, and I'm like,
Wow.
I was on a cruise ship and they had like a immersive theater experience thing on the ship, and me and my dad were like, let's try it. We tried. We watched like I don't even I forget what it was some weird movie, but it did things like when there was water on the screen, it was like spray water on you, and like the chairs would vibrate when like things should be moving in it. And I remember we both got out. We were like, well, that was kind of lame. Like we were like that because it was like a surcharge on the ship. It wasn't like included. It was just weird,
You're
and
like, we had to pay for that.
that's what I'm thinking of when you say that the theater does that kind of stuff.
So we didn't sit in those seats, but it was wild going to. I want to bring that up because that was yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I need that in my
I
theater
don't want to
experience. I
go
like the
back.
audio. Maybe the audio coming from the floor might be kind of cool. I don't know, but
At first it was weird, and then throughout the movie you didn't notice.
just kind of forget about it.
Just kind of forget about it. But
Makes
it was
sense.
at first it was weird because it was like, well, you're like, what the? You're like, the whole chair moved.
You like there's like a slasher movie and you get like stabbed in the back when the
Oh,
character dies.
it hurt. I feel their pain.
The pain. But that's my I don't know how we transition to movies, but that's my main gripe.
AAA games to then AAA movies.
Yeah, passion projects.
I
And
wonder.
I'm a huge Marvel defender too. Uh as we all are on this podcast. I just um yeah, I miss other things
And you've
too.
never even seen Loki.
Hey, I've read the synopsis.
The Spark Notes.
I never saw maybe I'm not as big a Marvel defender as you guys. I never saw Ant-Man, the third one.
That's fine. You don't need to.
I never saw the Marvels.
You see Thunderbolts?
I never saw Thunderbolts.
I don't feel like you've seen anything since Endgame, really.
Well, you saw
I
Fantastic
saw
Four.
I
You
never
saw
saw
Love and
Fantastic
Thunder and
Four.
everything, yeah.
I saw Love
You
and Thunder
you
and
didn't see Fantastic Four?
no, I think Love and
Wait, are
Thunder
you
might
serious?
I think Love and Thunder was the last Marvel film I saw
You
in the
didn't even
theaters.
watch Fantastic Four?
No,
Isn't that
They
your
were.
like big thing?
I read the synopsis. It's hard for
Wow.
me to go to the theater, all right? Unless I'm going with you
That's true. That's
guys.
true. That's true.
True.
That's true.
Unless I'm going with you guys, I don't really I can't. And you guys always see things without me. So it's
And
actually
I
your
yeah,
guys' fault.
I purposely don't invite you. Yeah,
There you go. You don't invite me so you can call me out on this podcast.
exactly.
Deadpool. Deadpool was the last Marvel film I saw in theaters.
That was a
Fair.
good one.
And it was with you guys. So,
So sounds like we need to invite him more.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are just going without me this whole time. Yes.
Oh shoot. Did we say that?
I saw Nuremberg today.
I heard it was good
Uh,
in our comments.
I heard it was
yeah,
good from
that's
you.
honestly. Have you guys heard about this at all?
Well, I know the trials, not the movie,
Well,
but
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean the movie. Did you know?
I've never heard of this movie.
No.
I hadn't heard of it either. I just happened to catch Russell Crowe on Joe Rogan, and he was kind of promoting it first. Good night. Love you. She was
Oh, thanks.
promoting it.
He just leaves right there.
Yeah,
Good night. Just
Uh,
leaves.
and I'm like, as you guys know, I'm on a huge World War II kind of kick right now.
Yeah.
I've been for like a year. I just can't consume enough of it. Total boomer status here, but I was like, oh shit, Russell Crowe's in a World War II movie, like in the Nuremberg trials, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And they have footage in there that's never been. I don't know if it's never been released before, ever been shown, or something like that. But there's footage in there that is absolutely harrowing. That just kind of sends chills down your spine. And
Yeah.
they had the Russell Crowe was played Hermann Goring, just like the number two to Hitler, and
Right.
it just
Did
kind
he
of
have a good
showed the.
accent?
Honestly, it was totally good accent. Like it wasn't like this is weird. Like for
Yeah.
me, it's like it's binary. It's like pass fail. He definitely passed.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it was
That always
good.
takes me out in movies when their
I
accent is
know.
bad. Or
Well,
if
they
they
had
just
a.
don't do one, like Tom
Oh,
Cruise and Valkyrie.
yeah.
It's supposed to be a German and he's just talking in his American accent.
And then yeah, it was at first they had him only speaking German. They had a translator for everything, and I'm like, please don't be like this the whole movie, and it wasn't. So they kind of explained that away too, so that was cool. But no, it's Rami Malek went toe to toe with Russell Crowe in a couple scenes, and it was impressive. It was really good. It was, I don't know how authentic it is to the history of what actually happened, but it I have a lot of thoughts about the whole thing, and it was just a fun. It was not fun, but I mean, like, it was a good movie to go and
It's
see and
just a fun,
experience.
Fun time.
lighthearted.
Yeah, it's a lighthearted rom-com.
It's
Yeah,
a one of those heartwarming.
yeah.
Romantic comedy.
So yeah, that was my experience with it, and it was just overall really good. So yeah,
Okay.
Have to check it out. Is
Yeah.
it in theaters still, or
it
Yep.
just came out on. I was trying to watch it last weekend with Dylan. He thought, "Oh, we could just stream it. It's super easy." And I had to shut his ass down real quick.
Well, you're saying I really want to go see it. It's in
Yes, and I
theaters
did.
though. And I was like, well, we should just stream it.
And
And
then I told him,
we found
you can't really stream movies that are still in theater because they have to have a digital partner, and that's how people are able to get it. And if you do see it only in theaters, then it's most likely only going to be a copy of some dude with a camera in a theater, and that's the worst way to watch a movie.
listen, we are not promoting breaking the law.
Yeah,
All right, first off,
would you download the
Dylan
car?
was, I wasn't. Just
Dylan was, but
technically,
Billy and I are upstanding citizens,
exactly.
and we would never hurt
We make a lot
millionaires
more
in
money
that
than
way.
Dylan, so
Yep. I'm forced to resort to crime.
yeah.
It's society that's keeping you down.
Yeah, society is hold me back.
I would never do anything to hurt studios. They need our money. They need.
Would you download a car?
Would I download a car?
Pretty soon, you're
Remember
going to be able to.
that used to be the tagline for like anti-piracy.
Oh,
Pretty soon, you will be able to. Just be like, hey, robot, I need a new vehicle. This one's kind of sucks. Why don't you spend the next 3 weeks
3D printing
walking
it for
around
me.
collecting? Yeah,
hey,
why don't you dig a hole, smelt your own iron, and build me a car?
Tesla is mass producing assistant robots right now. Starting, they're gonna try and be like $20,000.
I believe it, dude. They have like a 10,000 per, like, I forget what it was, like what he's targeting, like how many models per month, and then
Something
uh
crazy they're gonna cap out in the first year,
yeah,
like 100,000 or something. Like they calling it the biggest mass produced product launch like ever.
literally everyone's gonna want it. I
Are
still
you gonna want
think
it?
it's a gimmick product. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right now it's gimmicky, but we'll
If
see as it
Well,
it's a
as it
total.
evolves.
Yeah,
I
exactly. Like if it comes out and it doesn't do anything because they need it. It's like their autonomous driving.
Yeah.
Then no, it's still not like, then that kind of sucks. But
yeah.
autonomous driving is kind of in a spot now where it's actually useful. I
Mhm.
wouldn't mind. I would totally spend 20 grand or something like that to do, if I could train it. Like, it depends on what it can do, but if I can train it to do certain tasks like mow my lawn or make sure laundry's done and dust the house and sweep the floors and like do all those things, or pull weeds out front. If I could have it do
Yeah.
a handful of those basic things, that's 100. That's worth a private maid service. What is that per month? You amortize that over the lifetime of the robot, and you go, okay, well, hey, math actually kind of makes sense on this. So
Yeah.
I just yeah, I get like iRobot vibes.
100%.
Like
Sunny.
what if you're sleeping and it just decides to come into your room for not even
Just
like evil
watch you.
purposes, just to like it wants to
I must
inform you of
observe to
something.
collect data. You
Yeah, I
signed
would
off on me in the terms of agreement on page Article C, Section B,
I'd
row
be
A.
like, get the fuck out of my room, and I would
Like
destroy it. Like I'd be so.
Hey
My
man,
dad.
people are gonna get, like, what if women want to get ran on train on by a couple robots? Like, you
It's
it's
start
gonna
happening.
happen.
100%.
It's happening. There is going to be a market as soon as these roll out. You know it.
Yeah, can I get a a white a one or a black one, a brown one, an Asian one with big tits and fat tits and tiny tits, tight ass and
Detachable
fat ass. Yeah, exactly.
sex organ.
dick, no
And then
dick. I
it's
mean,
just
shit.
cyberpunk at that point. We're just living in that universe.
They could incubate our
Depending
sperm
on how
cells.
advanced these things are, my dad said he would contemplate getting one for his work. Like just to do all the bitch
His
work.
personal assistant?
Yeah, like clerical shit, like
What
all
the?
kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I honestly think the first people to afford it are going to be corporations.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Jesus, overnight people are going to be. I mean, think about it. If you could trade again, I think we had this conversation, maybe just you and I, Dylan, because I'm not sure if Kyle was on that one, but it has to. I still am operating under the thesis of it. If it can't do one thing, it needs to do everything.
Yeah.
And the moment it does that, it's just the whole world's changed. So,
Yeah.
yep.
And
Or
then
will
it's a hundred
Detroit
percent.
become human?
Yeah, Detroit Become Human, I Robot. Like, I mean, that story's been told to death a million times. I think on this podcast, we kind of came to the conclusion though, like AI ultimately, the reason it wouldn't be like it is in the films and how it's depicted in media, fiction, is because AI doesn't really have anything to gain from dominating us. Like their wants and goals and needs aren't going to, like they're just beyond us. Like would they even care? Like about what we would, like are they going to force us to be their servants? Like I just
Right.
don't, it's hard for me to see that
How
happening.
are we beneficial to them when
How
they're
are we
like,
beneficial to them? Like unless they somehow are like we're more efficient if we put their organs in our processors. Like it just doesn't domination doesn't make sense from an AI standpoint. Of course, that's me with an organic mind thinking that, but I don't foresee it happening in that way. If anything, it'll be like in Cyberpunk, like Blue Eyes. They might manipulate certain events to like make outcomes happen that's in their favor, but not anything that's going to really affect day-to-day life.
they're so above us?
They already, I mean, if they weren't, if like AI, it's funny because like ChatGPT and stuff, like they're really not that smart yet.
It's an
It's weird to say
LLM.
that, but they're very good at accessing information and mimicking human-like responses, but they're really not like intelligent yet.
Hmm.
Um, so as that evolves, it'll be interesting to see how this happens. But either way, everything's very infant. Anything worrisome, I think, is still a ways off. But we'll see. We'll remember this conversation when we're
When
losing the
are
Skynet
Hopefully the
war.
robots
yeah.
listen into it and they'll be like, "You are friend and ally. You are
Yeah,
safe."
you are friend.
Do
I
not.
weirdly, and I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I feel bad when I'm mean to AI. Like if I'm talking to ChatGPT, I'm always very respectful. Like I'll even say like thank you. And I'm like, why? Why am I
Even
saying that?
have you seen that breakdown where people have said that it
It
costs a
costs
lot
money.
more energy? Like
Yeah.
when you say thank you, it's more
Yeah.
process.
I'll literally like I'll ask it to do something for me and I'll be like, thank you, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Can you also do this? And then they'll do it. I'm like, thanks. I'm like,
And then it has to respond. You're
yeah, it has to
welcome.
respond. You're welcome. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you think AI is going to take over, Dylan?
I share a lot of the same thoughts as you. Like I don't think we would offer any benefit to them that they don't already have.
Right.
And I mean, if you're thinking about it from, because when we're making assumptions, right? We're making assumptions that an AI would think very logically because that's, it's a computer, or it would be thinking more logical based than emotion. But like it would probably even determine that trying to dominate us would push back its plans further than just manipulating us, you know? So it's like, and it would waste resources trying to dominate us rather than just peacefully, manipulate us from the behind the scenes. Um, so I'm not scared. that they'll. I definitely think information is that part scares me. Me and Billy, we were watching a bunch of AI videos. It's crazy how good they're getting.
Yeah,
And
really good.
yeah,
There's still the only reason now I feel like that you can tell an AI video is an AI video, like it's created by Sora or whatever, is because the people will be doing something wonky in it.
the physics aren't
But
the
yeah,
best.
the physics aren't the best, or the something happens that's outside of reality. But if like they're just doing something, like if they just like walk and like buy something from a store, you would not. There's so many things that I wouldn't be able to tell our AI anymore.
Yeah.
It's getting to that point where like literally a year ago we were joking about how like how could you not tell that? So how are these boomers falling for this AI shit? Now it's like anybody would fall for it. It's
hmm
it's good. It's crazy.
And so I think, if anything, I think AI would use that against us heavily. I mean, we're already going to use it against each other. And then who knows where that's going to go.
I was like playing around with ChatGPT
Uh-huh.
and I was like creating like a I guess I don't know, you can call it like fan fiction, I guess, of like cyberpunk. Um but I didn't like write like an actual story. I was just playing around with
Yeah.
ideas. And I was like, if you as ChatGPT, if you existed in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, how would you operate? And it was a lot of back and forth to kind of get to this point.
Yeah.
But it went off. And ChatGPT said that it would be call itself the Ghost Prophet, and it was an artificial intelligence born from a covert experiment intended to create adaptive AI capable of interpreting human morality rather than simply executing commands. And then he talked about the differences between how he would act versus other AIs stuck behind the black wall and why he'd be able to exist. His core goals of preserving humanity's essence, bridge between worlds, prevent the collapse, philosophical purposes. Like, and it went off and it said all these
Dang.
things. And then I was like, how would you react if something like Alt Cunningham decided to delete you? And it gave a full strategy on what it would do to like hide from Alt. And like it talked about like uploading into different like oh God, what are they called? Shards. Like
Uh-huh.
uploading certain data into separate shards and like how it would covertly hide itself. And I was like, would you manipulate events? And it said, no, I wouldn't manipulate events. My goal would be to preserve humanity. So I would do things to protect. And they're like, would you ever kill humans? And they're like, only if they were a threat to humanity. And like, it was, it was actually a very fun conversation. And I love getting into like that type of stuff with AI. That's usually when
Yeah.
I'm playing around with AI, that's the stuff I do. I'll just sit and like go back and forth with it and stuff like that. I did the same thing with how it would react in the world of Mass Effect, like with the Reapers and the artificial, like the Star Child and stuff
Yeah.
and things like that. And it was like, um, while their purposes are can be perceived as evil through the perspective of human, um, it can be easily, like it said, it can easily understand how an artificial intelligence built to preserve humanity at all costs could have come to that conclusion, and it gave a reason why. It it said even though I wouldn't have come to that conclusion, I can understand why the Reapers did, and here's why, and stuff like that.
We're going to create the Reapers. Jeez. What do you think, Billy?
Well,
Do
I
you
guess what's the question?
like
What do I think? What?
do you
He was
would
searching the web, I could tell. He
No,
was reading an
playing
I
article.
Guild
was
Wars?
listening to your
Just
interaction
kidding.
with I was listening to your interaction with
Would do you think,
ChatGPT.
are you scared about the future of AI, or how do you
Not at all. No,
no?
no,
It's inevitable, right? I mean,
exactly. Like we're marching down that path regardless. Like um, I think it's just a tool, like anything else. The way I
Well,
frame it
like
in my mind.
how me and Kyle were talking about is like, do you think they would try to dominate us, or do you agree that it would,
Why would
if
it
it
care?
becomes sentient?
That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like
that's what
why would
we
it
said.
care?
Why would it care?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
What
We've had this
purpose, what
conversation.
purpose
Yeah.
would it have in subjugating us? Like,
like that's kind of the dystopian. Now I think it'll be corruptive and corrosive for some people, but that's like any tool. Like we'll just have to learn how to use this tool, just like anything else. And I don't know. I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be overwhelm. I think it's gonna be overwhelmingly positive for the world.
Yeah.
Um, and then also at the same time have its significant drawbacks. So we just have to make sure it has the right values, right? Like it has to value all human life equally, and um, it needs to not really have like a political spin one way or another. It just needs to be built on some really basic human values, and I think everything will be all right. And until we reach that point,
Do you guys
I
that's what
think
get
we. I
we'll
mean,
reach?
we're on the train. We're on the train, man.
Do you guys think we'll reach true sentience?
Um, well, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what is true sentience like?
I guess like the ability for it to think for itself.
I don't think that's that far off, to be honest.
I think we're already there.
Yeah. I think it's being restricted by what humans are restricting it by. But I mean, if I think,
Now, if you're talking about like innovation, where it's like, hey, build me the coolest bridge ever, like that makes the most sense, and or it's inventing physics or something like that. Um, yeah, I think we're probably a little ways away from that. But I mean, all the stuff that Kyle just gave as an example. I mean, is that not creating?
Well, I mean, like, so it would have its own goals and desires.
like, are we getting to the point where an AI has its own wants and needs?
Yeah, like fully
So
like
I
sentient.
think that is going to easily happen within our lifetime. Easily. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it happening, and I don't know what that, there an AI's wants and needs is going to be expressed very alien to us.
Yeah,
I don't even know if we're going to realize when it happens, and we're not going to be able to identify with it. Like, I think our biggest mistake is thinking that AIs think like humans.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
not.
it's not.
We assign it our own process of thinking when it's.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I get bummed out when I think about like the effect that it has on like creativity and artists and writers
You
and
get
I
things
bummed
like
was
out.
that.
talking. I was talking about this with Billy after you left, Kyle.
Yeah.
Uh, I've just started to find AI songs in like my Spotify Discover Weekly and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's really it's bumming me out and at, because they're good songs,
Yeah, like
and
I
I'll
mean,
listen to
sometimes
them,
it bums me out because it's so good.
and then as soon as I realize they're AI, I just feel I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like I still like how the song sounds, but it's icky,
Yeah.
and I'm like I don't,
Like to
and
give you an
that's
example of
conflicting
that,
for me.
like I know someone that is currently going to college for like animation. They're at a good design
Sorry
school.
about it.
And I jokingly like this person was like, "Oh, give me a prompt to for something I need to do for like a project or a final." And someone gave this person a prompt and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just plug that into Sora, see what happens." It generated something really, really good in like 30 seconds. Not perfect. Needed obviously would need tweaks and it would need, but the reason I get bummed out by that is that like what are we losing?
Yep,
Like as humanity, what are we losing when things become just so easy like that?
Hey, man. Same thing happened with horse and buggy to cars. We
that's
lost.
not.
We stopped observing our local universe anymore, and we started driving at 80 miles an hour down a freeway, bitching about
Yeah.
traffic.
But wouldn't you say that's different because that's not a creative venture like art or music is?
So
Yeah, that's
so make
that's
this
a mode
argument
of
to me then.
transportation.
So make this argument then for me, because this is something that I used to think, but I don't anymore. Um, so in your case, you're saying that part of the creative process is the struggle.
No,
So
I don't
no,
think the struggle is. That's not what I meant.
or part of the creative process is the length of time it takes to make it.
No, I think you're thinking about it like a job. I don't care about the length of time it takes to make it or the struggle. I just think that call me human. Maybe I'm being racist towards clankers. But I just feel like um
Lankers.
yeah, like you lose something when it's not designed or developed by a human, and it's like it's soulless. That's what I feel like.
But is
And
it not designed by a human?
it's not. A prompt is given to it, but it's not,
Yeah.
you know,
So can't that be? Is that not? I mean, all of animation forever is not really designed. I mean, the computer's playing with it and creating it, so it's not. There's no real designer. Like you're now designing prompts, which
yeah.
then generates the scene. I
I
just think
think
I think it just
I'm
changes.
I think I'm sentimentally attached to the idea of human made shit,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. Would you not value, I don't know if you would, to be honest, but like for me, if I had like I'm sitting at a desk right now. Uh, it's a desk that was, manufactured and created by a machine. It serves its purpose, it's functional, it's looks cool, it's nice. If that same desk was created by some man in a wood shop, I feel like I would put infinitely more value on it than anything
Yes.
that was ever
100%.
developed by a machine. And that's how I feel about art. Can a machine make
Well,
a nice wooden desk that looks just as good, if not better, than anything a human can? Yeah, but like at the end of the day, I feel like we're gonna naturally put more sentimental value on something that was developed and created by a human.
well, and I would say specifically for music, I'm trying to think of what the like comparable answer for animation or art would be, but for music, for me, the part that's still missing between AI music and real music is first off, that like there's a sentimental feeling knowing that somebody actually played those instruments or they actually composed it. Um, but for me, it's the voice. Um, and I mean, this will probably it's probably won't be a problem for long, but for now, I feel like I can hear real emotion in a real song, and
Yeah.
AI isn't quite there yet. I'm sure it will be one day, but I don't know what comparatively with like art or
I think with
animation.
me, I'm not arguing that AI can't replicate eventually perfectly anything a human can do. I think I'm more just feeling like what happens to us when it does. Like I just feel like we kind of, what are we losing in our humanity? You look at society and they tell you that the one of the first things that go when a society collapses, when an empire collapses, is you look at like their art and culture. Usually when that goes down, everything else does. And I don't know if synthetically created art and culture has the same benefit on society as human created art and culture. I don't know. Maybe it will. I don't know. But right now I feel like it would.
Hmm. What are your thoughts on that, Billy?
Yeah, just I think it's going to turn into a novelty. Like I think it'll be, like the example you gave is a great one. Like obviously handcrafted wooden, projects are still around today because people appreciate that, the quality, the time and effort. It's like art, right? It becomes like a piece of art. I think of Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, right? 100% practical effects, right? I think those are just novelties, though. And I think the grand majority of the uses, okay, now because just like overnight in the education business, we used to value term papers. It was really important to be able to write an essay because it took a lot of effort, took a lot of thought and prep. It was like the perfect assignment. How can you cohesively build an argument based on the things you've been studying? Now with AI, it's been completely overnight. Like the value has dropped to zero because we all just kind of assume everyone's using AI to support and write their papers. So I think at the end of the day, it becomes part of that it falls into that novelty category where it's like, yeah, it's probably always going to have you're probably always going to have things like stop motion, which are an art form because it takes time, right? You're going to have things like where you have an animator actually building things, but I think the tool just changes, and so you have the person who has the skill set, the technical skill set to animate and do all that. That barrier to entry is now removed, and now you get to become almost the director and the designer, and you can work with these prompts and coordinate with these prompts and build and design and no different than what you were able to do before. It's just your interface is now different. It's more of a communication and a conversation with this AI to support your creation and your art. And the skill set just shifts, and I don't see it as a negative thing. I don't see it as a we're losing, and I think it just is a shift to say, hey, that barrier to entry that used to be pretty high because you needed a team and you needed a lot of time, like, hey, we're just knocking it down a peg. And then like you have access to things like Sora. That's like the free public version, like
No.
guarantee you these lighting, these animation studios have bought into a shitload of NVIDIA, Blackwell AI, processing power capabilities and are running their own simulations on prem and can build out these things themselves. And what
Matthew
they have access
McConaughey,
to is a lot greater than what we do.
Matthew McConaughey just sold his likeness and
There you go.
voice to AI developers.
Smart man. Do
I
it
don't
now
know.
while it's worth
Maybe
it.
he didn't do his likeness, but I know for a fact he did his voice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do it now while it's worth it.
So yeah, I don't actually disagree with the momentum. I don't disagree with you, Billy, on like the momentum it's moving towards and what it's going to do. I think where I don't quite see eye to eye with you is I I guess it's sentimentality. I put too much put too much of an emphasis on soul, you know,
Sure. Sure.
and so I mean how I feel about it isn't going to change the fact that it's coming. And so like if you want to be valuable in life, uh, especially in the workforce, you're gonna have no choice. You're gonna have to figure out how to make yourself valuable using these types of tools going forward.
Do you think, as far as so like music and art, okay? Do you think as far as music, because what I'm trying to compare it to now is when like EDM and
Yeah.
electronic music came out, right? That even now you still have people that are like, well, it's not real instruments.
Yeah.
Um, do you think we'll see the same shift, or do you think it's going to be bigger? Because I feel like the
I think
EDM,
AI music is going to be huge.
yeah,
And I think people are going to really eventually dig it. I
because
the,
that
the
it goes
reason
into every genre.
I think that as far as like the music portion of it goes, I think AI is kind of already there. Where I don't buy into it is I'm a huge when it comes to music, I'm really into like the meaning and like lyrics and like what is it that they're saying in songs, almost weirdly, almost more than like the beat and stuff. And so that's where AI is not it can't really write like intelligent lyrics yet. That
I've
like
seen
but
some pretty good ones that are
I
AI
haven't yet.
that
I've seen ones that are decent, but like it's still clearly written by AI.
like this one. Before I knew it was AI. I was listening to the lyrics. I'm like, damn, this one, I feel this one. And then I was like, shoot, is this AI? I think it is.
You know what song I like that almost feels like it could be written by AI, but I think it's because the English is their second language. Is that Hardest to Be song from Cyberpunk? If you
Okay.
listen to the lyrics, it's kind
Is
of
it because it's translated, maybe?
I think it's because English is their second language. The lyrics are kind of almost borderline silly. Like it doesn't quite like it's not bad, but it's almost like AI wrote it.
Hmm.
AI didn't write it, and I love that song. But you'd understand what I meant if you like actually pulled up the lyrics and read them off.
Well, yeah, it'll definitely interesting to see what happens because for art, I don't I don't see a way for us to like at this point I don't see a clear distinction that keeps art around the way it is. But then my worry
Yeah.
is that we lose out on art styles, especially in animation. But I guess at that point you just it just needs the right person to come up with the right prompt to get a new art style. So, hmm,
I am going to send you a video that I made on Sora
okay,
after we're done with this. I had one prompt and I had to develop it in three different animation styles. You're going to be shocked at how good this is.
okay, I'm ready.
One's in like traditional Japanese anime, one's in like 80s American anime, and one's like depicted as like real humans,
Huh?
all telling the same story. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's actually crazy.
I guess the best analogy that I would kind of pair with what my thoughts are on it is like, do you appreciate a photo less if it's been photoshopped a little bit if that versus if it didn't, or do we not even care at this point? Because I think like all astrophotography has been edited and colors have been boosted and stuff like that. Does that mean you appreciate it less? I think it just becomes sort of ubiquitous. That's kind of like I think that's the analogy that I'm looking for here is it's just going to be everywhere. And so like AI music, AI stuff like that, I think it's just, again, the way I frame it in my mind is it's just a tool. And so, it's almost like right now it has a name, like back in the day we used to call things photoshopped, now it'll just become like, oh, this music was made by this person who, and there'll still be a DJ or a personality, but at the end of the day they're actually just um at the end of the day they're just a prompter. Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Just
that's
putting
going to be
prompts
the
in.
the frame. Yeah.
He's the hottest prompter right now. You gotta go
Yeah,
see him in concert. It's crazy.
but this guy's so good.
And I hate that. I hate that.
He could build his own music in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Every concert's different. He reads the vibe of the room. It's wild.
Well,
All right.
Dylan,
Yeah,
round
I
Well,
just
two.
wanted to get on because I
it's
I had a couple thoughts, but we ended up going for another hour. So
you
apologies, boys.
you talk us out, Billy. I already did it.
Yeah, we don't need to do it. We're good.
All right, well,
Bye, guys.
remember,
Bye.
with a good